than a hooker's leg, so stay the fuck at home. I need the gym, I need the beach, I hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home. But I feel fine, I don't feel sick. I'll go out on my own. How thick are you, you selfish prick? Please just stay the fuck at home. From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan to Rome, there's people dying every day, so stay the fuck at home. If you need to contact family, use Facebook, Skype, or phone. We've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home. The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Please help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home, stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick, please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Thank you to Chris Franklin for these lyrics. The world has caught a virus, so I've written you a poem. We need your help to cure it, so stay the fuck at home. And if you have got 12 kids or you're living on your own, lock it down and isolate and stay the fuck at home. If you think you're not at risk here, you're living in a dome. It spreads faster than a hooker's leg, so stay the fuck at home. I need the gym, I need the beach, I hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home. But I feel fine, I don't feel sick. I'll go out on my own. How thick are you, you selfish prick? Please just stay the fuck at home. From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan to Rome, there's people dying every day, so stay the fuck at home. If you need to contact family, use Facebook, Skype, or phone. We've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home. The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Please help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home, stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick, please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Thank you to Chris Franklin for these lyrics. The world has caught a virus, so I've written you a poem. We need your help to cure it, so stay the fuck at home. And if you have got 12 kids or you're living on your own, lock it down and isolate and stay the fuck at home. If you think you're not at risk here, you're living in a dome. It spreads faster than a hooker's leg, so stay the fuck at home. I need the gym, I need the beach, I hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home. But I feel fine, I don't feel sick. I'll go out on my own. How thick are you, you selfish prick? Please just stay the fuck at home. From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan to Rome, there's people dying every day, so stay the fuck at home. If you need to contact family, use Facebook, Skype, or phone. We've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home. The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Please help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home, stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick, please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Thank you to Chris Franklin for these lyrics. The world has caught a virus, so I've written you a poem. We need your help to cure it, so stay the fuck at home. And if you have got 12 kids or you're living on your own, lock it down and isolate and stay the fuck at home. If you think you're not at risk here, you're living in a dome. It spreads faster than a hooker's leg, so stay the fuck at home. I need the gym, I need the beach, I hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home. But I feel fine, I don't feel sick. I'll go out on my own. How thick are you, you selfish prick? Please just stay the fuck at home. From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan to Rome, there's people dying every day, so stay the fuck at home. If you need to contact family, use Facebook, Skype, or phone. We've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home. The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Please help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick. Please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Thank you to Chris Franklin for these lyrics. The world has caught a virus, so I've written you a poem. We need your help to cure it, so stay the fuck at home. And if you have got 12 kids or you're living on your own, lock it down and isolate and stay the fuck at home. If you think you're not at risk here, you're living in a dome. It spreads faster than a hooker's leg, so stay the fuck at home. I need the gym, I need the beach, I hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home. But I feel fine, I don't feel sick. I'll go out on my own. How thick are you, you selfish prick? Please just stay the fuck at home. From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan to Rome, there's people dying every day, so stay the fuck at home. If you need to contact family, use Facebook, Skype, or phone. We've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home. The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Please help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Don't you be a fucking dick. Please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
up, Retro Renegades? It is Tuesday night. And what happens on Tuesday night? We drink beer, we swear a little bit, we may say some naughty things about someone else's mother, but we're all having fun, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
That's all we do is have fun. And if you guys can see from my screen, I know you guys are on a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, the Retro Renegades splash screen's going on now.
Okay, so once you see what's happening, you guys are going to be super, super excited.
Put on a Windows 95! Holy
Yo, you just brought me way back.
Going back, way back. Windows 95!
I remember using MS-DOS, for the love of God.
How,
Come on now.
How heavy is that monitor? 70 pounds? Holy shit.
And you know what's really
I was
cool?
at school then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's really cool is that when I launch this game, it's going to show the DOS prompt and everything.
Oh, God.
Nice. Holy wow.
So today we're going to be playing one of my favorite first-person shooters. It's called Blood, and it happened probably around the same time as Duke Nukem did, maybe a little bit afterwards. It's an old first-person shooter. It's kind of borrows from almost every horror movie you've ever seen. There's zombies, there's one-liners, there's lots of blood, and lots of really crazy German-speaking monks, which I don't understand that, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
German-speaking monks. Fucking A.
German monks, okay. So I'm gonna run it. Watch the screen, guys. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. The DOS prompt loads. You'll see in a second. I'll make sure the volume's not too loud, not too soft. Oh, and before we get started, ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
I got one of those too. Yeah. First one.
Yeah, it's the only one you need.
It's not the Natty Daddy.
Oh, wow.
What? No natty daddy?
Upgrade.
No,
Hey.
no, it's an ice house. It didn't have Natty
Oh,
Daddy.
God. Oh, it's even worse. Oh,
Gonna
they
say,
still make those?
I'm gonna say hi to a few people in the chat. We got the Indie Gamer, who's here every week. Thank you, Indie. We have Back from Dead 1, which I messed up their name last week. Back from the Dead. Thanks for coming by. We have a special guest today as well. We have Stubbs. Say hi, Stubbs.
Stubbs is high.
No.
Hi.
He has to say hi.
How you doing?
We're doing great. So yeah, so this is the game. If anyone in the chat, oh, my mic's a little crackly, eh? Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to fix that real quick because I don't want to sound like a piece of shit on my own show.
Yeah.
So give me a second here. I'm gonna unplug something and plug it back in.
God, you gotta watch it, dude.
But
Oh, Lord.
Did it come out today?
No, well, it's coming out September 4th.
Well, I didn't know there was. I didn't know there was a
Tony
trailer.
Hawk 1 and 2 remaster, bro.
Oh, no shit. I had to go watch
Yes, sir, dude. And it's doing, what is it? Freaking, God damn it. No. Just had a brain fart. I said it earlier. Freaking Goldfinger. Goldfinger's the music.
Nice.
And they got back, dude, it's Papa Roach, Rage Against Machine. Fucking, they got all the licenses, dude. Like,
when did that become a thing? I haven't heard nothing about it.
really? It's on, dude. It's on YouTube. It's on the Jeff Keighley's little freaking thing.
Oh, that's why I don't follow that dude.
Hey, Starbuck,
There you
thanks
go.
for coming by.
Yeah, well, you might have to change that since you know
I
you have new opinions now, huh?
I guess I need to follow him because since he's doing that whole summer of gaming shit, I guess it needs
Summer Game Fest. Yeah, you just look it up on YouTube and it's right there.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Damn it! I didn't realize that was a thing. Nice.
If anybody has played Tony Hawk 1 and 2, this is like the love hug to the game. You got VV from Activision, who did what, the Crash Bandicoot remaster and a bunch of other games. I think what, Crash Team Racing.
Yeah.
Those remasters, which I haven't personally played, but they are highly coveted. So it's gonna be interesting. Also, many people that left Neversoft and joined their team are on that team now. So from what I'm hearing, it is going to be really good. And if you pre-order and it's only $40, which I like, because usually they try to squeeze every last bit out of it, but $40 if you pre-order this summer before it comes out, you're gonna get a demo to, what is it, the warehouse or whatever, the first map, and
the helicopter.
You are gonna be able to play that before everybody else, which is freaking great, dude. I am so excited for it. I've been waiting for them to, remaster it, really. And apparently you're going to be able to use the revert. You're going to be able to use like a ton of Tony Hawk 3 and 4 moves in the game. So you're going to be able to take these levels to the next level. Me personally, I can't wait for Area 51.
Did you say take the levels to the next level?
That map, just, I freaking adore that map. I played that map probably 100 hours, just that. So just trying to get like the highest score possible. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what I could do with my Elite controller with that game. That's going to be interesting.
Can you guys hear me?
Anybody there?
I can hear
Hello?
you. Hello, can you hear us?
Hello? Hello?
Nobody can hear you.
Hello, hello?
Tell us in the
Hello?
chat if you guys can hear us.
Am I the only one that is speaking?
I hear you.
Alrighty then. Hello, hello.
I got booted.
I
Jago,
don't know
can you
what's
hear us?
going on right now.
I have no clue. What
Can
the
anyone hear us?
Stubbs, are you here?
fuck? Dubs is in the. Says he's still in there.
Yeah, because now you have just popped up as 2 icons.
Yo. Yo. Why is there 2 of me in
All right, it just
Testing.
dropped. Okay, all right. There's at least 2 of us.
Yeah, I got kicked.
Yeah, and I can't hear Jay, but apparently the people can hear Jay.
Okay, but can you? Okay, you can hear Chris and Jay.
He said,
Now I
yeah,
hear
everybody's
Jago.
saying they can hear me and Jay, and I can't hear Jay. So let me back up here real quick. Sorry, we are having the lovely issues that a live gaming, I would say, gathering goes.
No stubs. Maybe I should turn off the Hangout and restart it.
Yep.
Can you hear this? Like and share out on the best podcast.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Okay. I'm gonna restart the Hangout. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Jesus Christ, what was that all about?
We'll blame it on Stubbs.
Yes. Yes.
Stubbs broke the hangout.
Yes!
Oh God!
What the fuck?
Fuck.
My computer was going crazy. It's like it was something like a PlayStation 4 over here for some reason. I don't know.
It sounded like a fucking rocket taking off.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But it didn't do that until after the show started. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, and you know what? It happened after I tried to reset my microphone.
After you tried to reset what?
I had to reset my microphone because somebody told me that my mic, or Indy told me my mic was crackly.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, so actually, we have to take back what I just said about Stubbs and blame it on the man himself.
Wow.
Or the mic. We could just go to the material object. Just say, "Hey, Mike, it's your fault, motherfucker."
I ain't never had that happen before.
Yeah, that was messed up.
You know what? You got to realize that there's so many people using the internet right now. God only knows what just happened. I mean, really.
I ain't fucking telling, dude.
Everybody's trying to keep in, make sure that they're watching people, on the internet and stuff.
So did the show stop?
No, the show's still going.
Okay.
Yeah,
never
no, I
stopped.
think can you hear us all three of us?
Yeah. He says my mic is still crackling. Oh, geez, you know what? I don't even know what to do about that.
You gotta take the saran wrap off of it, Jenny.
Yeah, basically.
Infinite in the house. No, I will not. I will not do what Super does. Like, that's a Super thing. Just saying.
If I have to change mics, I'll change mics, but as long as I'm not super annoying, and if I am, Jesus Christ, it's like, what else can I do to make things work?
Just don't do anything. Let's
Go to the new link, Stubbs.
Hello?
Go to the new link, Stubbs.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
Go to the light. Go to the light.
Go to the light.
All right, can you hear me now?
Oh, we can hear ya.
Yes. Yes.
There we go.
That's much better.
Yeah, my
I'm back.
computer isn't going crazy now.
I think I broke all your computers.
This is the
The British
Borderlands 3 of Hangouts right here.
God damn.
Yeah.
Stop bricking shit, you fuckers.
Apparently, I'm still crackling, but you know what? I don't know. Like this, I'm not using a cheap mic, but.
Infinite said it's not unbearable, so
Yeah.
said don't do anything.
Yeah, it's not.
See, we appreciate that. We
Oh,
appreciate that you
fucking-
want to hear us.
Well, and even though Super's not here, he actually still is here.
I love Game Pass. Fuck yeah, Game
Hell
Pass.
yeah.
Ding ding. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Stubbs.
Beer! Woo! Need a beer after that.
Yep. That was aggravating as shit. What the?
Yeah,
It's
I
like my
don't know.
computer just died on me for a second. I couldn't hear anything. It's normal now.
Look at the zombies. The zombies come at you, and they say brains, more
House
brains.
of the Dead. Fucking.
And it's funny when they die, they explode, and you actually have to if you absorb, or if you go out and pick up their pumping hearts that are left over, it gives you energy.
Mass
Oh,
Mayhem
yeah,
says
that
that Mass
sounds
Mayhem
delicious.
says a stove virus.
It is. It is.
Shit.
Oh my god, Infinite's making fun of my mic. He said, hit that like button for my mic.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's not funny, motherfucker. It's not funny at all.
I think it's got something to do with this. I don't know. Maybe the internet too. Because my shit. I mean, my
Well,
shit was
actually,
acting-
last week someone said my mic was crackly too. Maybe I'm just having mic issues. Maybe I need a
Yeah,
mic.
yeah. My $15 mic is doing better than yours. Just to let you know.
Yeah, well, I do have another mic that I can fall back on if I have to. So I'm just afraid if I unplug. No, I guess I probably won't have to unplug anything. I'll just plug something new in.
Fastback says Supersonic sounds better.
He does.
Yeah, game.
You
Pass,
got
I love
the
Game
perfect
Pass.
Love
recording.
Phil
Yeah, it
Spencer.
Yeah, you're
Never
freaking
lied to
recording.
me. Phil Spencer has never lied to me.
Like, do we actually even need him? We can just
We don't now. We got the best part.
I'm a fraud. I
Good one.
secretly wish Phil Spencer would touch me.
I mean, they'll never get old.
No.
Oh,
never
that's
get
He was like, shit. He fucking recorded me.
And
Yeah.
I meant to record some stuff from last week, but I never got to it. That's okay.
That's funny.
Oh
So
god.
so you guys admittedly have none of you guys have ever played this game.
I don't think so, Jay.
Check this out. I'm in a crematorium. If I stand on the conveyor belt, it'll actually take me right into the oven. It's crazy. Now this game, I remember, I think
You're throwing
uh,
TNT. That's awesome. And he's lighting it. Oh, that's cool.
Duke Nukem was probably one of my favorite games back then, and this game came out shortly after Duke Nukem, and it was
Infinite-
basically. Sorry, what was that?
Infinite said, "Did you guys hear my donation?" I don't know. Was he talking about one tonight or?
Oh yes, sorry, yes, he did pop up earlier. I did see it, but it was during the middle of our mess up. So, thank you, Infinite, for your donation.
Thank you, brother. I didn't see it because everything shit to bed for a second. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
unfortunately, that's just the way things roll on the interwebs. So yeah, so what's everyone been up to? Not that we have to talk about that kind of shit, but I'm just curious to know what's everyone been doing, what's everyone playing.
You know what I've been playing? Told you earlier. Oh, Death Stranding.
Yes, that's Stranding,
Yes.
and you're enjoying
Yeah.
it, which is great.
I am. It's a lot better than what it actually starts out. I can understand why people got turned off on it. Like I was telling you earlier, you guys earlier before we started. I can understand why some people didn't like it or made fun of it because they just throw you into the game and it's just that it's tough to keep the packages balanced at the beginning because you have no upgrades. You get upgrades galore to you too. Like you get an exoskeleton that I never hear people talk about.
Right.
For your legs, to get a speed skeleton that makes you run like almost like the Flash fast. You get a tough terrain skeleton that helps you stay upright and climb mountains. You actually get power gloves that help you climb up ropes. Like if you ain't got no footing on anything, help you go up ropes faster. Or if you hit somebody, you'll knock them the fuck out with one hit. Man, the game is so deep. But it takes you getting past chapter 3, and there's 14 chapters. But it takes you getting past chapter 3 to where it gets to the point where you actually enjoy it.
What is it? If you were to say one thing about it, would be the main reason why people didn't get into it? What would you say that reason is?
Just the monotony of the boring. You don't really get any story, a whole lot of understanding. You get story, but you don't really get any understanding why you're having to deliver these packages. Its story doesn't really start to cohese and make sense until you learn more about what's going on in the world, and that don't really happen until after chapter 3.
So being the person that I am, so you get upgrades for things to help you do what?
Well, you do. I mean, you do deliver a lot of packages. That's one of the things. I mean,
So
yeah,
it's the ultimate. It's the ultimate UPS simulator. Is that what you're saying?
It is, but you get vehicles you can use. But a lot of times the terrain is so bad, you can't drive the vehicles. The only one you can really drive is the reverse trike. Got 2 wheels up front, 1 in the back. You can do wheelies and get over the stupid terrain. But like the trucks and stuff, you really can't use them unless you build, which I like too. I like about the game. You can build highways, and I've actually built a couple in the game. If everybody had done that since the beginning of the game, there would be built highways everywhere so far. But it's not.
I commend you, bro, for liking that game, because it's still, even coming from your enthusiastic mouth, it sounds like a yawn fest to me. I'm just saying.
If you like Hideo Kojima's anything, like if you loved his Metal Gear stories, or how he told stories in those games, and they were good, but they were wacky as hell. If you get past chapter 3 in that game, you'll start enjoying the game and see the where Hideo Kojima was trying to go with it.
See, that's my problem, though. You got to get past a certain point. Like, I just
that's why you
gotta grab me. You gotta grab me from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
If they had started that game in chapter 3 and left off the first 2, and I made you do all the walking, and you didn't have no upgrades, and it was tough to carry packages. If they started the game in chapter 3, even my wife said this because she's been watching it. She said it would have made much more sense. It would have grabbed people way more than what it did.
Right. I want to say thanks to Infinite for the donation of Sparks, I believe they were. Thank you for the Sparks. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for hosting. You rock, brother. Mask Mayhem is now hosting. Thank you very much, brother, for hosting.
Ultimate Thor said the last 8 weeks of having my first ever Xbox One has been great. Congrats, sir.
That's awesome.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Congrats.
See, it's just like my girlfriend said. Her son's like, oh, I should have been an Xbox gamer the whole time. That's what he said.
Damn.
Dude, well, Game Pass is a big deal. I'm sorry. People are ignoring it, but I'm telling you, you get to the casual market, you are in for something. I'm just saying, people are going to see you get all those games. You don't have to buy your kids a bunch of games. These parents are just going to be like, here you go. You know what I mean? You want the new console, you ain't getting the one that ain't giving you nothing else. Just saying.
Stubbs, thanks for hosting. Brother, if you need any help getting in to the channel, let us know.
But it's the diversity. I mean, we got Streets of Rage 4, bam, right in your face,
I love that
dude.
game.
Yeah, it's really good.
I had to stop playing it because I'm playing it on a harder difficulty, and I got pissed off.
Well, I tell you what,
There you are.
playing it on easy, and I think it's hard.
Yeah, on easy, but you can get like they have modifiers on top of it. A lot of people don't realize that. So you could play on normal, and you could have extra lives and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Or you can leave it the way it is. So I'm playing on the one above normal. I don't think it's called hard. I think it's something else. But and I'm not using modifiers, and I'm getting fucking really mad.
Like even the easy mode, because I played it on all the levels, on all the modes, just to see what the differences were. Even on easy, you will die, but
thank you.
But you can get further.
I don't think I played it on easy, but that's with any build up. I mean, no matter what difficulty you put it on, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
this is how it is.
I always play my games on easy to start, and if they're too easy, then I'll boost it up. But I play my games on fun, and if it's hard, it's not fun. Thank you, BG4G, for hosting. Appreciate it.
I've always played my games on normal, and I wouldn't go down to easy unless I didn't have to. That's not been many times over the years.
So you're one of those, eh?
Normal, yeah. I mean, I refuse to play on easy. That's just how
Why do you
I was.
refuse? Come on, I refuse
I'm a
to
normal
lower
guy.
myself to those standards.
I'm a normal guy today. It says normal. Normal. That's why the game's supposed to be played on normal. Hardest or super difficult? No. Some games I tried, but some other genres or games, no, I ain't doing that.
The only game that I honestly beat on every single mode, and it was just a single player game, was Black, because they gave you shit. This was like the first game, like you beat it on hard, it would go to I don't even remember what they called it, but it would go to this, and then there would be one mode above that was like the blacklist or something, like I don't know, and it was just absolutely freaking insane. But they gave you like a couple extra weapons, but it was still so fucking hard, and it was like you had to memorize where every person was going to move and how they were going to move it. It must have took me like days to beat that game on the hardest difficulty. And it was because you couldn't unlock unless you played it on hard. So you could play it on easy and then let you play it on easy, and it was pretty easy. But then if you played it on hard, you could unlock the next one. It might have been called Insane. I don't even remember, but and then there was one after that. If you beat it on all game difficulties, and then there was I think it was called just Black or Blacklist or something like that, and it was just incredible. Like graphically, that game still this day, if they remade that game, it would hold up so well. It would freaking, it's so playable still to this day. You had so many weapons, you had so many things going on. It was just incredible. The cutscenes were good too. But that game is probably one that I would play through. Like I'm not gonna play on Insane on Gears because that shit's just so fucking hard.
Thank you for hosting, Husk.
I want to see if you can do it, Crispy. Challenge your skills.
Challenge my skills. You don't need to have the dude. They're like freaking laser weapons up in there, man. Like, dude,
It's just too.
you get to that sniper part, bro. You get to that sniper part and the freaking snow level, dude. Holy shit!
You know.
Thank you, Husk, for the host. I know Jay already said it. But
You guys know who Husk is? He's on
he's on Mummy's channel.
Yeah,
He's the guy that drinks the 6, 7, 8, 9 beers during the
that's
show.
right. Yeah, like if I'm gonna be on his show tomorrow night. He's doing a creator spotlight.
Yes,
Nice.
And I will not be going beer to beer with him. Put it that way.
Oh hell no!
No,
I
not gonna do
did.
that.
I won.
I probably
Right,
could, but I saw you. I wouldn't want to though. I would be fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, I
I don't even pour them in the glass. I just crack them bitches and pound them. That's the way it goes.
Oh yeah, I know. He drinks them out the glass with the pretty handle.
He makes it look better than me, but I'm doing all the work over here. That's why.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Ultimate. Yeah, we brought back the Game Justice podcast yesterday.
yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm glad to see Glitcher back.
Yeah, that's the only reason I did it, because he's been gone so long. But he's like, I just want to keep it to an hour, and like an hour is perfect. I don't want to be like 2, 3, or like going on like a 2.5 hour, because we started getting longer and longer when we were on the last time. And I like an hour when it's quick and you go through a bunch of topics. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I like PTK Blam Show. He's like an hour most time.
Right.
So yeah, that's why we're going to keep it. Hopefully, that's what he's talking about.
That's a good amount of time.
Yeah, and I was playing it.
Stubbs, Indy's asking how's Halo going.
Yeah, Halo 1's going very well, actually. I mean, I can't believe we've never played.
You never played Halo before?
I've owned it for about 2 years, the Master Chief
Oh my god.
Collection and Halo 5.
So JT Gamer, JT Gamer's in chat.
No,
Damn
What's
man,
happening,
Infinite,
JT?
I'm a Gears guy.
Infinite's hardcore.
You
He
see?
said I canceled my cable and just
And
watched
I'm
these guys.
actually enjoying it.
Holy shit!
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, dude, I like Halo 5.
Yeah,
I
I'm actually
enjoy a
enjoying
lot.
Halo.
You're
I really
hardcore
do.
Infinite.
It's not the greatest story. I mean, like the story for Halo for me is Halo 3. Like that's the one that's stuck in my head. But
I need to play through them all. I mean, my plan is to play.
My problem is I've played most games, but I can't remember them now because of beer over the years.
Yeah, I mean, my plan is to play through
Blame
all
it
of
on
them
beer.
before
I thought you were supposed to blame it on
the
Canada.
Halo Infinite comes out.
Not Canada.
blame Canada, blame Canada.
I'm just curious. Can you guys hear the gameplay at all?
I'm not listening. Well, I'm watching, but the volume's turned down, Jay.
Okay, I want to make sure that I can, because I can't seem to hear it.
I'm not listening. The volume's down, so I can't tell.
I'm gonna boost it up. Let me know in the chat, guys, if you guys can hear the gameplay of the game, because I want you guys to hear some of the one-liners that come out of this guy. You would swear he was Ash from Army of Darkness.
Ultimate said he just started playing Halo 2 or Halo as well. I hope you start out with the first one. It might not be as pretty now, but
Oh,
let us start with a
Well, you
combat.
can at least play the anniversary edition.
Yeah, that. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah.
So
That's what I'm playing.
I just listened, and
I mean, I will give a better
what they're describing
opinion on
to
it
you, Jay, is that
once I've completed it. You know, then I'll
Sorry, say that again there,
let everyone know
Crispy?
what I think about it.
what you sound like. You sound like your mic is like literally cutting out, which is weird.
That's messed up.
Like it's like very quick. It's not even like a long period of time. It's almost like it's like that's what I heard at least.
Okay, but how's the gameplay? Can you guys hear the gameplay?
I didn't hear any gameplay, but you were on the pause screen.
Okay, so I'm gonna boost it. I'm boosting the audio up to 100. And I wanted to know if you guys can hear it, and if it's overpowering, I can always turn it down.
I got my phone right here. Hold on.
Because you can hear them, they're like speaking to them or something.
Okay, so I'm boosting the audio up to 100. I want to know if you guys can hear it, if it's
Okay.
overpowering.
Yeah, I could hear myself through there.
So now I can hear the gameplay.
Okay, but is it overpowering?
Yeah, I would turn it down a little. Maybe like 80.
Okay.
I want to know if you guys can hear it, if it's overpowering. Yeah, I can hear myself through there.
Yeah, see, now we're echoing though. That's weird.
Well, that's just because he's got it playing out loud.
That's my phone.
Oh, okay, all right. I was like, what the fuck is going on now?
Playing it.
I was trying to let Jay hear it.
Okay, take it down to 80. There we go.
Infinite said perfect for him.
So Indy was asking what's my favourite all-time game.
What's your favorite all-time what?
Game?
Okay.
So I've got to mention games that ain't Gears of War. I used to play Modern Warfare. Indy's asking what's my favourite games apart from Gears. That's what I always say. Modern Warfare. Used to play the old Sonic back on the Mega Drive.
Sonic on Mega Drive, oh yeah.
Tony Hawk's Underground, Pro Skater 1 and 2. They were some of my favourite games.
So you're excited about
That's
the
why I'm
remakes?
excited for this new remaster.
Yeah, big time.
We are in the era of remasters, that's for sure.
Oh, it's £40. It's not too bad. Really.
It looks like they did it
£20
right.
per game.
I'll have to check it out.
If you think about it.
It really looks like they did it right, dude. Like you gotta when you remaster a game, you gotta do it justice. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sonic used to play. Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to see what
It is. We are. Playing the films though. We keep making stuff. Yeah, it does. It looks exactly right.
Fresh victims for the ever-growing army of the undead.
I mean, it's like you can't just because some of them you can tell when it. Yeah, it should be good. Well, it depends if they do out to it. They tend to have a habit of not doing much to their games.
I'm noticing a very big delay.
I actually thought you could buy it, you know.
Me too.
Download it today. I'm quite excited, but you can't.
Yeah, Stubbs, you have a huge
When I see Boom download
delay,
it,
dude.
you can play it. And now you can't.
Yeah, Stubbs has a huge delay right now.
Yeah, Stubbs, you have a huge delay. Like when you're talking like 3 minutes, well, maybe 30 seconds past everyone else. Or,
I don't know what to do about that, to be honest.
yeah, that's messed up. Do me a favor, jump out of the hangout and jump back in.
Yeah, it might fix it.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's
I don't know what
not
else
true. Listen, man,
to do.
there's just been issues, that's all. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's no big deal, dude. I wanted to call it out because it was weird. Today is not the Tuesday of normal.
No. This whole week was a messed up week. Like I was pissed off up until the show started. And usually on a Tuesday I'm super excited because it's Tuesday. But today I was not in a good mood.
Yeah.
So just to let people know, Super's not here because he may have had to take his girlfriend's daughter to a doctor. And Stink's not here because his dad had an episode yesterday. He has a weak heart and he may be in the hospital for a few days. So that happened. All we can say is, fuck 2020.
Yeah, 2020 sucks, man.
2020
so
sucks
far.
fucking hole.
It's like that meme I put out there, you know, the Back to Future, and he's like, rule number 1, don't set it to 2020.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty good.
Hello, is that any better? Oh.
Yes, we can hear you, but can you hear us in real time?
Can you hear me in real time?
I can hear you in real time, I believe.
That's good.
But this was 5 seconds ago.
Stop.
Just kidding.
Well, I can't help.
Yeah, now we know, because he immediately responded to that.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah, today has not been a good day for us. Everything.
Today is just a messed up day.
Too many people using the internet. That's the problem.
The freaking internet, dude. Internet's like overloaded at this point. Like those wires are like just like burning.
They're fucking hot right now.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of internet, have any of you guys watched the show Upload?
Yes, on Amazon. Fuck
Yeah,
dude, that is amazing. That's got Stephen Amell's cousin, Robbie Amell.
Oh, I thought it was his brother.
No, that's his cousin.
Okay, but he was also on Arrow too, right?
I don't remember if he was on Arrow. He might have been, but
wasn't he Caitlin's boyfriend?
Where?
Yeah, he was getting the Flash. As Caitlin.
Oh, the Flash, yeah.
He was one half of the what's his name?
That's
the guy.
right. Yeah.
He was one half of the. He was him and the Doctor. They joined together to form Firestorm.
But I thought the black guy was the other half.
Oh yeah.
He did. Yeah. He took over that part. For some reason I can't remember why Robbie left, but the black kid took over his part.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. No, upload is good, dude.
Anyway,
Really good.
it's hilarious.
It is.
Here's one thing I don't understand. Why no nipples?
What?
Why no nipples? They show some sex, but they don't show nipples.
Did you get to the point where the little boy gets an upgrade to
Yeah,
his avatar?
and that was weird because they showed his nipples. But
Yeah,
but yet no one else wants to show their tits for some reason.
Wasn't that a girl in that part? Though?
Yeah, I think
her?
he was supposed to have turned into a girl, but maybe they were fake and that's why they didn't mind showing them.
I don't know. I mean, I know I've seen her nipples, so I was like, I've seen them, but that's her though. That's just her.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a funny show, and for people that don't know, it's futuristic, and it's about when you die, you have an option. You can either die naturally,
the digital afterlife,
or you can go to or you can be uploaded to the digital afterlife.
I don't know how I feel about being uploaded, Jay. You know how you've seen how that works.
Oh, I think that'd be a ball. I'm already used to internet glitches today. I think I can deal with that in the afterlife too.
No, they actually melt your head off to get there. Don't you remember?
Yeah, that's okay. I'm dead anyway, right?
Holy shit. I was like, oh wow, because the dude wheels the tub in front of him with the ice, and he's like, what's that for? He says storage, and then it melts Robbie Amell's head off, and his body falls in the tub.
See, and I thought the only reason his head melted off was because he moved. Remember when his mom showed up, but I guess that's how they all go.
Yeah, that's how they all go.
But anyway, so you go to the digital afterlife and you have a real person, almost like a woman in the show, there's a woman who works for this company who becomes his angel, who's a real person who puts on a VR helmet and goes into the digital afterlife in VR and basically
she falls in love with him.
Yeah, they fall in love. Anyway, it's a fun show.
It is. It's really good. I watched it. It came on and premiered like a week or so ago. We watched it tonight. It was available. And I think we watched every episode.
So you watched the whole thing at one time?
Yep.
Yeah,
damn good.
We didn't do it.
I saw it a couple months ago on Twitter, and I showed the trailer for it, and I knew who Robbie Amell was, of course. So I was like, let me check this out, and that looks like it'd be pretty good. I showed my wife. She said, yeah, that looks pretty good. I want to check it out with you.
Yeah, and so I didn't know if my wife was gonna like it, but she liked it too.
It's good. You haven't seen all of it?
Oh yeah, I watched it all.
Oh, you did? Okay. I was like, you got to the end.
Yeah.
Okay. He's stuck with somebody. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually shocked that she did that.
Me too. I was like, what? But you see her upset, so whatever. And she's always, in the show, she's always.
Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
All right.
You know what I got into on Sunday because they had like a little marathon go in Yellowstone.
Oh, Yellowstone's phenomenal, dude. Infinite is Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime, brother. It's called Upload. But no, Yellowstone.
I'll check that out.
Oh, it's really good stuff. It's really good. It's funny as shit too at times.
Got Prime. Oh.
Well, I mean, we've got it because my old lady has I didn't even realize that was a thing until a while back that she had Amazon Prime through Amazon. You got the show too. And I was like, holy shit, we're missing out on using this. So we've been using it ever since then.
Amazon's got everything set up to do what the hell they want, dude. They really do.
Yeah, I'm telling you. They have. I mean, when they eventually, if they ever launch a game service, I bet you it's like, right, if you're a Prime customer, you're in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's the easiest beta. That's the easiest beta in the world.
They are waiting until they've got games ready. They're not going to launch without anything. They're brewing something. They are. They're not going to rush it though.
But yeah,
they're going to wait.
Yellowstone is good if you haven't watched all the seasons. I think there's 2. About to start the 3rd one. Father's Day.
One's gonna start Father's Day. Yeah. No, I watched the first season. I think the second season is gonna come out next Sunday, which I'm just gonna look for it on the internet somewhere. I mean, I'm sure I have a, Hulu or something that has it on there. But
second season is just as good, if not better, than the first one. I'll put it that way.
I love how it started. I was like, am I watching the first episode? I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
dude, they get you right in there, dude. I'm like, yo, Kevin Costner is a genius, dude.
Yeah, Kevin Costner's the man, dude. I told Fastback about it, and he watched it, and he loved it. And then I told Creeper about it, and he went and watched it, and he loved it too. Because I watched it right after it came on.
You know what it reminds me of? If you crossed The Ranch without the humor
Yeah.
with Ozark,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the second season, at least the first season that I watched, the second season of Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Where they're on the, you know, they're on that ranch and they're kind of, you know, going at it with the Indians and this and that. Like, dude, I was like, yo, this is wild. Like, I feel like I'm watching like a drug kingpin that's not really a drug kingpin. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it was very real. Like, it's my land. Like it's more about, you know, the material objects in your life than.
See, Fastman says yes, Yellowstone. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I definitely recommend it. I didn't get into it because like I didn't look for it very hard. You know, like usually I go to Netflix and it's like, what's on here? You know, I don't even know if it's on Netflix. I'm not even sure, but I watched. You know, I was sitting there watching TV, and then I was like, you know what? I've heard a lot of good things. I was like, let me check it out. And sure enough, I didn't even realize I was watching the first episode, and I'm like, holy shit, this shit gets right into it.
Dude, every episode, I say this about the Yellowstone. Every episode is intense in some way or another during the show. I mean, during the episode you're watching, there's intense moments throughout every one. It keeps you on the edge of your seat going, what the fuck's going to happen next? Because I can't remember the family's name, but they are bad. The Duttons, man, they are ruthless, and they will. All he's trying to do is protect his family and his rights, and everybody else is just trying to fuck with him and take it. And he's like, hell no. And then these people have done some fucked up. Like you seen the one where, it might be the first episode, I think it was, where he gets in a wreck and he has to kill one of his cows or his horses or whatever.
Yeah.
That was intentional, trying to fuck with him. I was like, man, that's fucked up. Trying to kill him.
Yeah. Well, you find that out in like the 5th or 6th episode.
Yeah.
And then, no, I'm sorry, it was the end of that season.
Oh yeah.
No, you ruined it. I'm not watching it now.
You don't even know what we're talking about, so I'm good with it.
No.
Mike says he's never watched Yellowstone. Dude, brother, you got to watch Yellowstone. Watch the first episode. See, Mike even said, Fastman's even saying, watch it, Mike. It's good, man.
What's it about?
It's got Kevin Costner, and Kevin Costner. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is probably one of the best roles Kevin Costner has ever played. Am I right, Crispy?
Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, absolutely. Yes. I think it's perfect for. That's why he's an executive producer. I think this is his vision. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's why he's doing TV now, because he knows he's still a big movie star. Like, people still will go and watch him in a movie. But I personally think he did this because he gets to, you know, have his hands all over it. And I could see it in the way he's acting. You know what I mean? He's almost in role when he leaves. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it feels like a perfect, like, what do you Dancing with the Wolves? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like that that is what I feel from it, but it's so much grittier than that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's so much. I'm just watching it and I'm like, dude, this is fucking real shit though. Like,
every
country like that, dude. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
Every episode makes you want to watch the next one. It's that good. You're like, I got to see the next one.
Yeah,
this role Kevin Costner plays, to me, it feels like it's natural for him. It's like because it's the closest to how he really is. I've never met the man in real life. I could be way off, but it feels like he's at home playing this character. Like, yeah, I'm so close to this character because it's almost me. It's just natural for him. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I relate to him, even though he feels evil. I relate to him because it's about family. It's about what he maybe inherited, but what he wants to, maintain.
Yeah,
I really relate to that, and I'm like, man, like, I know, like, he's kind of being evil, but he's also you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you have all these people intruding on where you're at, and they want to build these vast and huge things. And you're like, no, I love the beauty that we have.
Yep.
That's the way I think of it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, what makes it so good too is his family is seriously fucked up. In the first season, you see that. Like, his youngest son doesn't want to be around him, not even live there on the ranch, and his daughter's a drunk. she's just a super drunk. I don't know if you've seen the episode where she's in the horse trough taking a
Yeah,
bath. And she's drinking and she's about to like commit suicide. But I mean, and then his lawyer's son. It's just like it's almost like I know they're all acting. And this is a TV show, but it's like it feels like I'm watching almost like a what's that? What's those shows back we used to watch on MTV back in the day? Like the Real World, like that. But I'm spying on a real fucked up family that's got all this land and just trying their damnedest to keep it when everybody else is trying to take it from them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so
and I
good.
love the parts that like they're going and doing like ranch shit. Like you know what I mean? Like
oh yeah.
Like I've slaughtered a cow and shit. Like or I've at least watched slaughtering a cow. And I'm like, yo, this is real shit. Like this is what they would do. You know what I'm saying? Like they, you gotta take care. You gotta, that's half their battle is like driving around all this fucking land
You
with
see
all these animals there.
You see what's his name? He's the guy that played in Pitch Black. He's the guy that played Vin Diesel's handler, and he's been on all other kinds of shit. Can't think of his name now. But you see him take one of the ranch cowboys to the train station. Have you seen that yet?
Yes. I can't remember his name either.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
He's like, why are you pulling over? You going to the train station? He's like,
He's the guy that plays the bad guy in Fast and Furious 2. I can't think of his fucking name. Too Fast, Too Furious. Can't think of his name, but he's awesome in it too. That's his right hand man. And he'll do anything to protect the family, dude. It's so good. Time you guys, if you ain't watched it, I know this is a video game kind of podcast, but it's so good. It's so good. You looking for something good to watch that you hadn't seen?
You just said the bad word.
I said kinda.
No, he said you said the P word. That's what he's talking about.
Podcast. No, it's really good. That's why I can talk about it. It's really good, dude. I don't want to spoil anything or anything like that, but if you watch the first episode, you'll get hooked.
Yep, I got hooked. Dude, if they didn't stop and after season 1, I was gonna be up all night, bro. Like I'm not even playing with you. Like, and I had to work the next day, and I'm like, man, this is good, dude. I just kept going and going. I was pausing it, on my DVR. I was like, yo, I cannot stop watching this. Like, it's a train wreck, but it's a great one.
Oh yeah, that's why I say. I mean, it's really good. I lack the words to explain it without spoiling shit. So just give it a try.
Just watch the first. This is one of these shows that I say watch the first episode, and you'll be if you like. It's kind of Western. It feels like a new school, upper Midwest Western.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you don't mind the Western feel, you're gonna freaking really love it. Like I don't know. Like I said, like Ranch, Ozark. Like Ozark, you had to get through the first episode or two. You know what I'm saying? This
Ozark was like that. I had to get through the first few episodes.
This one smacks you in the face as soon as you watch it, dude.
Start it, and you're hooked. As soon as you start watching it, you're hooked, dude.
And they go and they do flashbacks. They really explain the story. They really do. I'm just saying, like, if you like Ozark or you like the Ranch, but the humor you love, but at the same time you're like, oh, it's kind of corny or this and that. There's no humor. So imagine the Ranch and Ozark kind of combining without the drugs. Just imagine that.
Yeah. Cause I love the Ranch too, but I mean, it was funny, but it was funny. The main thing's what kept you watching the Ranch. You know what I'm saying?
It was funny until Danny Masterson left.
Yeah, until he left. Yeah.
Dude, that was a great show until he dude, I almost feel like they're gonna bring him back at some point. They did not end that show the way you would think they could just end it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
you really don't know what happened, so it is what it is. Like, hopefully they bring him back. That's what I hope for.
If you guys, like I said, if you guys are just looking for something to watch that you haven't seen, give the Ranch, but give the Yellowstone a try. And Upload. Upload's good too. Upload's damn good.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out because I do have a Prime membership, and I haven't really like I don't want to like dive into stuff that I'm not gonna, because like I'm bad, dude. I'll stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he'll stay up at 4 o'clock in the morning making them French fries.
oh shit! Ain't
He'll stay up all night making them French fry taters and masturbating.
We
Wait a
got the
second.
cross between Vin Diesel and fucking Arnold with the sunglasses up in here.
I don't even like French fried potatoes, but I do like masturbating.
Everybody likes to masturbate.
Don't do it for 12 hours like that dude on freaking.
What the hell was that all about? Nobody masturbates for 12 hours.
Dude, I saw that. And somebody posted, I think it was on Facebook. I'm like, this needs to go on Twitter. So I freaking copied it. It must have been an intervention episode. 10 to 12 hours of masturbation? Jesus Christ, what's your dick like?
I don't know, dude. When I was in basic, we had a guy. Oh my God, he was always going into the showers.
Funny. I wonder why.
His name was Ken. He was always. I mean, that's just what he did, and he wouldn't lie to you about it, man. He'd tell you that's exactly what the fuck he was doing.
Oh my God, dude.
He just didn't give a shit, did he?
No, he did not. Nobody would shake his hand either.
I can imagine. Okay, Wilmy, please tell me you've played this game.
What game?
Blood.
Dude, I don't remember.
So it's from 97. It was on PC only, I believe.
Well, that's why I haven't played it yet.
But the thing about it is that it's based on like all the horror movies from the 80s.
I can see that, yeah.
And if you listen to the
I
dialogue,
probably have, dude, at some point.
you listen to the dialogue, he's got like Ash one-liners, and there's lots of like weird things that people are saying, like the zombies say brains and.
I've probably played it.
Yeah,
I have no doubt I've played it at some point or another.
And knowing that you're a big horror freak.
When you hit a certain age and you've been gaming since like the early 80s, you kind of lose track of all the shit you've played.
Oh God, yes, most definitely. I was just telling them earlier, I forgot most of the shit I've played over the years, unless it was something like 360 and maybe the Xbox. I can barely remember half the shit I've played since from way back.
Me too.
No shit, man. Especially some of that older stuff.
I mean, unless it really made a huge impact on me. Like, say, I can remember playing Demolition Man on the 3DO because I played it so much because I love that game. Something like that, yeah, I'll remember. But, and I've had so many systems and so many games for those systems, I'm not going to remember all those fucking games I've played and put hours into. Not unless I've played them a shit ton.
That's like me now, man. I mean, I've got like 900 games now on Steam, so
Yeah.
I can't.
Wow.
It's hard to sort what I've played, what I haven't, and all that good shit.
You know why I like physical copies? Because I can see them in my face and know I've played them.
That's so true, though.
Yep.
Well, that's called the first stages of Alzheimer's.
That's why I love my physical copies, because if I know I bought it, I at least put it in and tried it. May not need it, but I at least tried it.
See, there's my problem. I bought a lot of physical games in the past that I might have given 5 minutes to because I just hated it. And that's why I prefer digital, because digital's not taking up space on my shelf.
Yeah, see, that I can't. I got rid of all my digital stuff ages ago.
I mean, your physical.
I mean the physical, just for the fact I don't like clutter.
No, that's right. I hate having all this shit all over my desk. Like, I got a shelf behind me. It's full. I got no more room. I'm not buying more shelves.
I just can't. I can't deal with all the
You buy a
clutter.
bigger house with a big room just for discs.
Yeah, I'd love to have a bigger house.
Dude, I don't need a bigger house.
And here's the thing: my kids are going to be moving out in a couple of years. I'm going to be downsizing probably.
Yeah,
Well, that's the beauty of it. Mine moved out and we didn't downsize. I just started putting horror and gaming shit in all their rooms.
Yeah. That's what
Well,
I did.
didn't I make a joke last week? I said if I start buying those arcade one-ups, I have to kick one of my kids out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what takes a quarter or say a little more of this room. 3 of those bastards.
But I did take one of the bedrooms and turn it into a nursery because my grandson will be here in July, so
Yeah, congrats, women.
Oh,
he's got
right.
to have a room to stay in when he's
Of
here.
course,
So.
of course.
Definitely.
But yeah, everything else became game rooms and freaking just rooms to keep all my horror collectibles.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I always want to have a pool table, and in order for me to have a pool table downstairs, I'm gonna have to like knock out one of the walls. So when one of the kids move out, because they're both down in the basement, I'm gonna knock out a wall and put a pool table in.
My thing with fucking digital, Mike said I'm digital all the way now. I'm lazy. My thing with digital is if I buy more, I've bought more this gen, I forget I have this son of a bitch. Because I there's nothing physical for me to remind me. Hey, you got it.
Okay, well get this. So before each Tuesday, when it's my turn to host, I will go through my collection to make sure that's not something I forgot, and find if there's something that I played that's retro, right? Like, because I buy shit all the time, and like you, I forget about it. So I'll go through my library and make sure that it's not something I already forgot about. And this week I was going to here's what I was planning on doing. I was planning on doing I gotta kill these guys first. I was planning on doing Recall Box, which is like it's all the arcade emulators from the past, and I had them all installed on a separate PC. Works great. Problem is that it runs it from a USB stick, and you basically boot your computer into the USB stick so that nothing else is running on the computer, which is great for performance. You don't have any lag. There's nothing. Problem is, it won't output through HDMI, so I can't display it to everybody when I do it that way.
Yeah.
Even if my computer has an HDMI out, because I'm running it from the USB stick, it doesn't recognize the HDMI port, so I was screwed. But I was literally going to play a bunch of old games, old emulators. Like I had PSP ready. I was going to play some old PSP that I never played before. And unfortunately, I couldn't do it. So, you guys are stuck with me playing Blood, which I'm still happy to play because it's one of my favorite games. And if you notice, there's lots of blood in this game. You have to shoot the zombie twice, and their heads pop off. Gotta love that.
Looks like my train's coming.
See, that's where this whole apocalypse went wrong, man. We were supposed to got zombies.
Yeah, that's true.
Not just assholes running around in Hello Kitty shirts.
Or Hello Kitty mask.
Matter of fact, I got a story here for Jago and Crispy that they're probably going to get a real kick out of. I was in the grocery store Thursday. The funny part is, I've already had COVID. My doctor says, "Hey, you're good. You're immune. You got nothing to worry about, right?"
So that is the situation when if you get it once, you cannot get it again. Is that true?
That's what I was told. That's what my wife was told.
Okay.
They're not saying that here. They're not.
So here's the thing. I've got asthma, which actually kind of helped me out, with the whole thing because I've got inhalers and shit that most people just don't have.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, if you've got asthma, dude, it's really hard to breathe through one of these big fucking masks, right?
Exactly, dude. Thank you.
Yeah.
So it's really hard, and breathing is really fucking important.
It's very fundamental.
Wait a second. Did you say breathing's important?
Yeah, most people just don't get that. And so I'm in the grocery store, man. I don't even remember what the fuck I was looking at. And this little dude comes sashaying down the aisle. And I'm saying sashaying because that's what the fuck he was doing.
He had a skirt on.
Pretty close. And he had a mask on, that said Lady Gaga.
Oh, God.
And
it said poke my face on it.
The funny part of it is, dude, I didn't even say nothing to the guy. He comes up, he goes, I just can't believe you're not wearing a mask.
Oh God.
And I didn't even say a word. I didn't say nothing. I just turned around, kind of looked at him, like whatever. And I didn't have to, because there was this big burly dude standing next to me, and I'm telling you, I don't know the guy from anybody else, but he was like 6'3", covered in fucking tattoos. He had his whole face pierced. And next thing I know, he turns around, looks at the guy, goes, "Well, maybe he's not a whiny little bitch." Oh my God.
Oh, man.
I just turned around and walked down the aisle. I'm like, yeah, I'm not touching this one.
I'm not wearing a mask. I'm sorry. I'm not.
I'm not either.
I've told my wife, unless
we are required to wear masks if we go to like Costco and stuff. It's a requirement. They won't let you in the store with that one.
Us too.
I've told my wife.
Here.
I don't even work. It's a thing.
I haven't.
A lot of the masks don't even work.
I hear. Is
They're gonna
that
test.
Stubbs?
Yeah.
It's the zombie dude.
Like I told my wife, I'm not wearing a mask because I'm not planning on getting close enough to these motherfuckers for their cough. If they're coughing, I'm gonna notice it before I get close to them. So I don't need that unless I'm walking through somebody's cough vapors. I'm not breathing in the T virus, so I don't need a fucking mask. I'm not wearing that shit.
So like I think all of you know, I'm pretty damn sure I had it. I mean, and
yeah, you were taking shit.
Like there was a whole week where I was just like, but I will say this, and I will say this for the people that like might potentially, down the road end up getting it. Do not let your mind go to like I can't move. I mean, like you shouldn't just go to the hospital immediately. I'm just saying you should go to the hospital when you feel like you're gonna something bad's gonna happen. And the only reason why I say that is because if you can get up and walk and go to the bathroom and stuff, you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
And I only say that because I had asthma. Dude, I felt like I couldn't catch my breath for an entire 4 days. I couldn't catch my breath. The only thing that got me to get good breaths in was my inhaler. All right? So if you don't have that, if you feel like you can't catch your breath, you need to go to the hospital. All right? But if they're like, oh, we want to give you a bedpan and this and that, don't do it. Yeah. Get your ass up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's
those little battles will make you. Dude, I felt like I was going to die at some point, but I got up. My whole body felt like it just like imagine hot and cold chills all at once. Imagine not being able to catch your breath, but still be like, fuck it, I'm getting up.
That's what Cal said. Cal said the same thing. He said that you have to basically force yourself to do shit and you'll get better.
And see, the bad part, dude, I stayed so fucking sleepy, and I had it evidently longer than Crispy because the worst part of it stayed with me for about 6 or 7 straight days. I was running a fever of like 103 to 104. The body cramps were oh God, they sucked. But I was still doing podcasts. I still had a business to run. I couldn't just lay down and just, deal with it. So I had to be up on my feet getting shit done regardless. So,
well, if you notice, I did a couple podcasts. I did this one, I believe, that week, and I was like, yo, I feel like hell, guys.
Oh, you did it. You did it while you were sick.
But you didn't tell us. You didn't tell us that that's what you thought you had.
No, well, I didn't know because this is in January, bro. So we didn't really have a good inkling until the end of January. It was not too far after New Year's. Right. And I got like, dude, I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking die, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, fuck this shit. Like that's my mentality. I'm like, nothing's gonna bring me down. And like, I had got invited to like a ton of podcasts.
Bring me down. Bring me down. Come on.
And at that point in time, I was already. I think I kept going because I was like, you know what, this is not going to stop me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, you know, you need to have that in your head. Like, you need, if you feel like you have the flu, you probably don't at this point. I'm just telling you. And
well, luckily I haven't had no sickness, so I'm good. I don't get sick a lot anyway, so.
Well, see, I knew it was weird for me, dude, because I just had a flu shot 2 weeks before I came down with that shit.
See, I don't even get the flu shot anymore because every time I get the flu shot, I get the fucking flu.
They say them flu shots make you sick.
Yeah.
I've never gotten it after getting a flu shot, so.
I haven't had a flu shot in God knows when, because I ain't got one in a long time either. But I tend not to fucking lick people's hands when I meet them, so, you know.
Oh, you don't? Dude, I do that all the time, man.
You don't lick people's hands.
Every time I go in a group, that little dude with the Lady Gaga mask, I'm like, hey, motherfucker, let me lick your hand for you. You know, I do it all the time. Shit. It's just a way to get to know people.
No,
why you can't be like that college student that licked that girl's ass and then got sick.
Oh, my God.
No, I've always been a freak about. My big thing is, I think, the reason why a lot of people have caught it is not washing their hands and they touch something and they touch their face. No.
Here's why a lot of people catch it, and you heard this here first, and people may not like the idea. We are human beings. We evolved. We have this thing called an immune system.
Mm-hmm.
Your immune system gets stronger when it's, you know, put against different things, and it builds up a tolerance.
Well, I think the shots we got in the military may have helped out some too. There,
dude, I told you I can still see through my fucking eyelids at night. You know, I still glow in the dark on a good day.
Yeah.
And, you know, the funny part is, you know, if you're one of these people,
I don't know what half the shit they stuck in me other than that damn butter shot was.
Dude, I never wanted to know.
I didn't either.
But
I didn't either.
If you're one of these dudes that walks around, and I've got a nephew, he's 7 years old, and this poor kid, man, my sister-in-law makes him carry a bottle of hand sanitizer, and this was before COVID ever started.
Wow.
And he's not allowed to get dirty. He's not allowed to do shit. I mean, and he poses good for Instagram and Facebook photos, but he is just so scared of touching anything dirty, and she's had him this way for years.
Jeez, we were told to eat dirt when we were kids,
and he stays sick. I mean, the poor boy stays sick, and I'm like,
you're saying his immune system hasn't been exposed to nothing, so he catches every fucking thing. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, if there's anything that's even talked about on TV, he fucking catches it.
Damn.
I feel bad for him when he gets to be a teenager, you know, because they're going to be sitting back watching a movie and some girl's going to be talking about having herpes, and he's going to fucking get it just from hearing the shit on television. Because he has no immune system, dude.
Mama, my pee's burning after this commercial.
What do you mean your pee's burning? Fire! Shoot it at my penis.
Oh no, I think that goes with the time.
I've never gotten a vaccine besides, you know, the ones you get as a kid. I've never gotten another vaccine.
I think it's and you know, maybe who knows? I'm just a dude from North Carolina. But how many people we see with allergies, you know, that they have to take this or that for, or they'll, you know, I can't touch a peanut or they'll die. You know what I mean?
You know what I take?
You
know what I take? I have allergies. You know what I take? I take local honey. I'm not even joking with you. I will, if I feel my allergies coming on, I will take a spoonful of honey that was you know, done in my state, and it just cures it. Bam, done.
Infinite, you are good for life, brother. Them things are fucking disgusting.
Matter of fact, if you remember back in the 80s, those rolls that you used to dry your hands on in the convenience stores, like one big giant fucking loop towel that, you know, people wipe shit on and wipe their ass on and everything else.
Yeah.
If you ever wiped your hands on one of those to dry them, you're good for life.
I mean, school.
Yeah, you're gonna be immune when you're dead. Worms won't even eat you in the casket at this point.
I used to wash my hands in the pee trough in kindergarten.
Oh my god!
What was those big things called? Bill, they were no urinals, but it was something.
I know what you're talking about. Because I used to love kicking dudes in the ass and watching them piss on their neighbors.
Yeah, because that used to be a thing when we were younger. There was this big old trough, and everybody peed in it like a fucking.
Dude, I still go to fairs.
Child.
I still go to fairs that have fucking troughs. Dude, one time, right? I'm sitting at this one fair, right? And I'm taking a piss. All of a sudden, because the line's so long, 3 chicks just walk in, fucking piss right on the fucking trough, right in front of me. And I'm like, yo, because I'm pretty fucking drunk. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And they're all just laughing. They're like, ooh, we might see you later. And I'm like, yo, I just started laughing. Everybody else is like, oh God, what's going on? And I'm like, yo, let them fucking take a piss. I don't give a shit. You know?
God, you know that was fucked up.
Oh yeah, I mean, but you know that's the type of thing. Like, dude, like, so they're splattering all over the place. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. You know, like, dude, he's got this giant fucking. It looks like a giant sink. That's basically what a trough is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I think. I don't know. Women's on the something, but I've thought about that too in the past. Parents are so overprotective now. They don't let their kids get exposed to anything, and then when they grow up, they're just fucking. They can't go outside without a fucking bubble suit on, or they'll die.
Yeah,
I'm not one of them. I'm not like that.
That's probably why I'm not a parent, dude. Because hey, dude, you suck it up, Buttercup. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird to me, man. You know that. I don't know. I've got a lot of thoughts on this whole COVID thing that really probably shouldn't be said.
Well,
I'm sorry, dude. You're saving this virus. It has a 98% survivability rate.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look on the internet, because you have to remember what I do for a living. We clean up crime scenes, trauma, suicides. The suicide rate in my state alone has gone up 187% in 60 days.
Holy shit, dude.
So who are we really saving? Be honest.
Yeah, well, that's where, you know, I know I don't agree with everything he says, but our president's not wrong. Is it worse to be cooped up like this, or to, you know, just deal with what's going to happen? Because it's probably going to happen anyway.
You know what else is on the rise? And our local police departments have came out and said it. Domestic violence is through the roof.
Yeah.
I live in a beach community. It's pretty quiet here. I mean, we may get a murder, 2 murders a year. That's it. We have a couple of robberies here and there. We've had multiple shootings for the last few days.
Wow, dude.
Last week, there was a guy, he was a father. He was 67 years old, got tired of listening to his 42-year-old daughter bitching and complaining, shot her in the head 7 times in his bedroom.
Lord.
I mean, who are you really fucking saving? I mean, it's just, it's to the point, dude. It's stupid. You've had people locked down 60-some days or more. People are losing their livelihoods, their businesses. You take somebody that's worked their whole life to build a business and you strip them from that, and you tell them if they open their doors that you're going to lock them up in jail, but yet they're going to lose everything they've worked for. What do you think that person's going to do? I've seen it. I mean, I see it every day, and that's what's happening. Nobody wants to talk about that. But, you know, you get dirty looks when you walk into a grocery store because you don't have a mask. I mean, it's gotten to the point, dude, it's just kind of ridiculous in my opinion.
I have to agree with you.
It's just
we've seen nobody got quarantined when Lyme disease came out. That shit is attributed to so many different, like dude, people have gotten treated who have supposedly had Lou Gehrig's and stuff that have fucking been cured because they actually had Lyme disease. Like, dude, like, this shit's no joke. Like, terminally ill people all of a sudden get cured because a doctor says, you know what, you might just have Lyme disease, and we might have to, you know, put you know, medicine in you for a very long time. You know what I mean? Instead of I think it's like, I'd say 4 weeks or 8 weeks, something like that they usually do. You know what I mean? Because it's that powerful. Like, you know, like everybody like freaked out about Ebola. Like that didn't spread like this. Like, but at the same time, like the flu is still usually deadlier. I mean, yes, we could come out in the end. It could be higher, but that's because people are being stupid. People are going to the beach. People are.
I love
look,
Game
dude.
Pass. Fuck yeah, Game Pass.
Sorry.
Are we talking about Game Pass now?
Yeah.
I haven't heard from Super in a while, and I was kind of missing him.
Oh, Super must just finish Charlotte with Daddy.
I love Phil
Yeah,
Spencer.
it is. He finished the DLC.
I'm
And
afraid I
DLC is not
secretly
standing for
wish
downloadable
Phil
content.
Spencer would
fucker.
touch me.
Dude, I can't believe how good you recorded that, dude. Like, holy shit. It sounds like he's here.
I know.
He is here.
Hey guys, I'll suck knob for a year of Game Pass.
Oh, Super's gonna be all salty when we go on next week.
He's in chat.
Yeah, he says he's at the hospital.
You got him talking all kinds of shit about Xbox lately too. Even though he loves Game Pass and he loves Phil Spencer, right, Super?
So did I miss a conversation about Valhalla?
No?
No.
We didn't even talk about it. We're not a gaming podcast. We're a retro gaming podcast.
I know. I just didn't know if I missed it. I thought it'd be funny.
I ain't buying that shit because I ain't beating the fucking Odyssey. I'm being honest. And so I said last night, yeah, I ain't spending 300 hours in a fucking game. That's why when they said this is going to be a shorter, I'm like, and people freaked out about it. I'm like, so who cares? It'll probably still be 100
I
fucking
paint
hours.
my paint and stream and drawing while dreaming of Game Pass. Thanks, Phil.
And like the whole thing where it's 30 frames per second, I could give two fucking rat's ass if it's 30 frames because I'm the same mindset as Tim Dog. You listen to him, he can't tell the difference. I can't either. Maybe if you game on PC, you might be like a big rig, but you badass gaming PC and you game at 120 and you go back to 30 maybe. But I've never experienced that, so I can't tell. So even if I was to buy Valhalla and it'd be 30 frames per second, I'd be fine with it. I don't care.
Dude, the devs can do what the hell they want.
Exactly.
When it comes out for PlayStation 5 and it's 30 frames per second, what are they gonna say? Oh, it's fine. It's cool. It's alright.
I put a tweet out last night, and if they think Ubisoft is going to be the only fucking one who does this with upcoming games until games are only made for PS5 and Xbox Series X, they're fucking deluded and stupid.
Well, you guys do know
It's gonna be.
that a 2080 Ti can only run that game at 44.
I know, I
FPS.
saw that. Somebody put it on Twitter. I saw that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Dude, they invested. They said, okay, we want what we have in the actual game because maybe they're trying to make it a different experience than we're used to.
Yep.
So they said we want the AI and everything else to work correctly, but we cannot have the frames per second be 60 because they want to release on PlayStation 4. They want to release on Xbox One. They don't want to leave everybody behind because that's money in their pocket, and that's all they care about.
And
in the end, you have to realize that if these companies give these devs the option, which they will, because you could sit here and tell me PlayStation shouldn't or won't, they will, because you're not going to leave 100 million people behind the door and say, you can't go through, sorry, and you can't do that. You just can't.
And
So-
they got to remember, too, a lot of these devs won't, believe it or not, a lot of these devs want their game to what? Look the best it can. That doesn't mean frames per second. It means better textures. It means better, visuals all around. I'm not a
Quit being
techie.
logical.
Yeah.
It's
So-
not fun.
Microsoft isn't forcing them to do that. And guess what? It was built with this gen and the Xbox One and the OG PS4 in mind. It wasn't just built for the Xbox Series X and the PS5. So it doesn't surprise me at all. Am I upset? No, who gives a fuck?
We are, a lot of people don't need to realize we are in the realm of whatever PC you build is whatever console you buy. You understand what I'm saying? So in the end, they're going to go to the lowest spec. They will if they need to. The only thing I will say is that I believe, in my opinion, Xbox is more equipped with their first-party studios to hit all the realms because they've been going to PC for a while, and like I've told many people, I've had multiple friends. I don't have a PC that powerful, but you can play over 120 frames per second on Gears 5, on all these first-party studios. But especially they've called out Gears 5. Dude, I had one friend who's like, oh, I went 220 frames per second on Gears 5 playing multiplayer. I'm like, say what? I was like, how is that even possible? Does your monitor even freaking acknowledge that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And they're like, no, not really, but that's what the spec told me. And I was like, so what did you actually see? He's like, well, mine goes to 120. So I still, like, that's pretty big. Like, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are ignoring the fact that Xbox has been, like, very cohesive with PC. So I think at the least our first party is going to be incredible.
The first party, you know this, Crispy and Wilmy, all you guys know this. The first party is where you're going to see the majority of the 60 frames per second title or higher within the first year or two. Third party devs are going to do what they're going to do until they're forced to, or there's only one system to code for.
I mean, think of Watch Dogs Legion. You think that shit's probably gonna be 30 frames because there's so much other shit going on.
Because the world's so big and there's other things going on in it that the PC or the console just couldn't handle if it was 60 frames. And there's more. I mean, like the node load screens. There's things now. These new things that these devs are able to do for these big games that they couldn't do this gen or last gen. That's also going to take precedence over, in some cases, more frames per second. And these people, the shit that people cry about on Twitter and make fun of Xbox or jab Xbox fan or jab PlayStation fans, it's all stupid fanboy nonsense bullshit. It's all about the console war nonsense, and it's just
it's just funny though.
Oh, it's funny as shit.
Oh my god, it's not gonna run but 30 frames on the Xbox. Like that had something to do with Xbox. Anyway.
That was all Phil Spencer's planning.
You're not speaking, dude. You gotta speak.
I know I need to speak up a bit. I know.
Yeah, you gotta say something, dude. You're gonna be on my podcast tomorrow. You gotta learn to talk. You gotta be, you gotta say something. Come on, man, say something. Get in the conversation. Come on, let's do it.
I will. Well, Valhalla, I think it'd be a good game anyway. Doesn't really matter what frames per second it is.
No.
Really, to be honest.
As long as it ain't.
To be honest, I don't know if I've ever seen 60 frames per second, so I can't tell. You know.
See, I just want him to talk because I love the British accent.
I do think Gears 5's already been optimised for the Series X already. It took them 2 weeks, I think, to do it. Phil Spencer was touting that they'd done it in 2 weeks. It's already, the upgrade's already there, ready. Day one, I think.
I agree with Fastback. I think big reason why a new engine Slit Space was made so Halo Engine can hit 60 frames per second. I agree with you, brother.
See, I have a different accent. I don't sound like Daz, do I?
No, you don't sound like
No, you're coherent. People can make you out.
We can actually hear you.
I got to try to jump in talk. I don't like to jump in, that's all.
I don't have to get an urban dictionary to understand what you're saying. Sometimes with Daz. Shout out to Daz. Love you, brother.
Yeah, I hope you get well.
Yeah, get well, bro. Get well.
I think he's gonna get finally gets his controller tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be good for him.
You know, that was really nice. You will need to do that for him.
Yeah,
I've got the controller as well, and because I'm already proficient with one hand on controllers, I don't need it for all games. But certain games that have really complex controls, I like to use it. And because I'm a big Rock Band guy, I use it and I plug my Rock Band pedal into it, and I use that for a gas or a brake when I'm playing racing games.
That makes sense.
Supersonic trolling me right now, or is he trolling us? He said PS5 reveal tomorrow.
I think he's trolling.
Yeah, I think he's trolling. No, it's
imagine if they did do it though.
Please do it, Jesus!
Yeah, do it.
Come on,
Yeah.
we're waiting. We're waiting here. Jeez, come on. You know, everybody could say whatever you want. I want to see what they got.
I want to see.
I haven't seen it.
I want to see the PS6
It's been 2 years. It feels like, dude. That's what it feels like. Dude. All I see for PlayStation, Last of Us, the leaks and this and that, and all of that bullshit. And then they're touting Ghost of Tsushima. I saw that. They might reveal some more shit about that tomorrow. But it looks like Red Dead Redemption with fucking, samurais, basically.
But yeah, what gets me is though, everyone slags Xbox off for this 2-year exclusivity window. But do you really think PlayStation that's stupid to cut off 104 million consoles for the new PS5 games? They won't cut them off because it's money in their pockets. They'll be on both machines.
Yep.
And when they announce it, all the fanboys will start backtracking because it's money. You know.
It's gonna be funny. It comes out tomorrow if they do reveal it in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Says it's only 24 frames per second on the PS5.
Sorry, they won't admit that because they're getting paid.
No, they won't.
You see that shit? You see that shit, dude? They're fucking shilling people. They got fucking fucking YouTube channels, bro. They're paying people to release that, dude. There's 5-star. I mean, I don't know how many people, but 5 stars for all Last of Us right now.
Oh, I can tell you, I've seen the story in the
Not that I
last
even played it, I'll bet.
That bitch ain't 5 stars, I can tell you that. Not what I saw, dude. And I'm gonna still buy it day one. Buy it and play it, but I said it last night, it's not gonna resonate with as many people, nowhere as many people as the first one did. It's not gonna be.
Yeah, but you know what? That's the bullshit. That's what we call the media conglomerates and shit. Like, oh, we can't let PlayStation. Xbox is like, we don't give a fuck. Say what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like at this point. From what I've seen from reviews and shit, that's what I feel like. Xbox is like, say what you want. You know what? We'll take the feedback. We'll make things better. And PlayStation's like, no, you can't. We will delete you from our entire existence if you do that. And that's what I feel like they're doing. And you know what? That's fine and dandy, but I'm sure eventually it's going to catch up to them. And that's what I go and say, because I know the PlayStation from back in the day. They didn't try to prove shit. They just did it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now they're trying to prove shit. And that dude, you're proving and you're showing our.
Oh my god.
But you proving or actually showing are two fucking different things. And I don't see shit from you. You are not making me want to buy your console. Maybe those idiots in your head that see a console as you have to worship it and you have to fucking get on your knees and suck its dick, like Super just said. You know what I'm saying? This is the bullshit that I don't, dude. I'm not buying 2 consoles unless you convince me to buy 2 consoles. Xbox already giving me, dude, Game Pass, amazing. Dude, I played so many more games than I have ever played. And I continue to get not only third party, first party for nothing, which I would buy.
Welcome in the room.
Thank you, Infinite, for donating. And hello, Nukem. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Noof, how's them French fried taters up there in Canada, man?
Gaming After Dark coming up soon.
That's right. I don't get to stay up late to watch his show, but I go into the chat as soon as he starts, because I'm usually in bed, and I will.
Your wife's like, turn that damn phone off.
You know what? You want to hear what I do lately? I'm using the VR helmet.
I don't know if we do or not.
I use the VR helmet, so I'm watching podcasts in VR. Stop it!
You use a VR helmet in bed? What kind
I
of
use the
game
VR helmet in bed because I got the Quest, right? And I put that on and I'll watch podcasts that way.
That's awesome.
That's actually cool. Yeah.
And I put the earphones in, so it has an earphone jack. So I'm not disturbing my wife because she's asleep, right?
Yeah.
So that's not, and that's mainly why I can't usually participate in the chat, because when you try to chat in when you're in VR, it's kind of a tedious thing. You have to like click the buttons one by one, so it's not like you have a keyboard in front of you. But anyway, that's what I do. So.
Oh, you haven't downloaded the key, which you've got the Quest, right?
I got the Quest, and I'm using virtual desktop when I'm streaming and stuff.
Oh, okay. I know I've used it on my Rift before, but I had a keyboard.
Yeah. See, the keyboard pops up on the screen, but you have to like type each word out. It's not like you can use your phone or whatever.
Then again, I'm using my actual keyboard though, because it's hooked to my PC.
I don't get to use an actual PC because I'm usually in bed, so I'm.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
I'm by myself or with my wife. She's on the other side, snoring.
Well, I would hope she's somewhere in there, Jay.
Oh, she's snoring.
A little weird. Most
She's
women
snoring
do.
in your ear, so you have the volume going, and you're like, yes, I can't hear her snoring. Thank you.
And women do not like to admit they snore.
No, they don't.
Mine swears up and down she don't. I'm like, you do, trust me. Trust me, you do. Believe it or not. She's like, I know. I'm like, come on. How long have I been with you? You snore. It's not as bad as, say, farting in your sleep, but you do that too, so shut up.
Yo, my girl, I say you were snoring, or you were having like a conversation with yourself last night, and she just fucking laughs as soon as she's like, holy shit, I probably was. So I'm made. I'm in heaven, bro. She plays MK11. I told her about Tony Hawk. She's like, yo, I remember playing that game. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
I wish I made a gamer. Man, I'm so jealous of you and Wilmy, because Wilmy says that his wife loves gaming. I'm so jealous of you guys, because my wife, I have to force her to game.
My wife's not, I've told you, Jay, my wife's not a gamer, but she's a Sony pony. So if I'm playing something that's on the Sony, because she loves those single player games, and I love playing them too, but that's the only one she'll want to watch. Or if it's something like Heavy Rain or Detroit Become Human, story single player game, she loves it. I don't have to, if she watches 5 minutes of it and she's into it, she'll watch it the whole time. She can't play games for shit on a controller. Right. She's a total mobile gamer, but she'll watch me. She like before the show started, she's like, why don't you turn on Death Stranding and play some of that before you jump on Retro Renegades? I was like, all right, I will. That's cool.
Dude, all the guys on my podcast, Fort, Bomber, and everybody can tell you we've all played Call of Duty, and my wife in the party. Wow. She will tell you to go fuck yourself just as quick as I will.
That's awesome.
I love her already. I do.
She will tell you exactly where you can go.
Ifnit said he's been in your window too many times, Jay.
Oh my.
He's like, put that headset on some more.
I have to go grab another beer. I'll be back.
All right.
Thanks for the warning.
Or Eddie says, or wait till she falls asleep.
Damn, that's cruel.
Turn it into porn into actual reality. There you go.
That could be a different name for a podcast. Retro porn.
Oh God.
Oh no, Jay, how old are you?
I gotta think of a name for mine when I get a PC. I'm just waiting for the money I'm about to get for being essential. I'm gonna be essential.
I already know the name for your channel. French fried taters.
you know, I was thinking of that one too. You fucker.
Crispy taters.
Crispy taters.
Tater fucker.
But you started that, so I can't really use that. I can't.
You can use whatever, dude.
You were like French fried taters, and I was like, oh shit.
I've evidently somehow or other started a lot of shit on YouTube. I'm just not sure how I did it.
Mike says, "Don't piss on Jet Grind Radio." Sorry, that's Graphic God's graphic. It's peeing all over Jet Grind Radio.
That's how you get COVID right there, boys and girls. By missing that toilet.
Yeah. Then you stand in it, you touch your shoe, you take your shoe off, and then you lick your fingers, and that's it.
Mask, I think we had the John Holmes episode podcast last week with Bomber's fucking fingers.
Oh my God. What the fuck, dude? Oh wow!
We actually made a GIF of his finger, by the way.
I walked away and came back, and y'all were talking about whose fingers was it again?
Bomber.
Oh yeah, Bomber's fingers. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with his fingers? I guess I missed something. Maybe he showed his fingers on camera.
He was what is he doing, like that double jointed shit?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, his fingers are freakishly fucking long.
Like,
Oh yeah, we were making
that's
jokes
disturbing.
about how he would fuck somebody with just his fingers and some shit.
Yeah, his fingers, like, you know, it's just huge. John Holmes would be fucking impressed.
Damn, got fucking like 12-inch fingers. Holy shit! Wow.
Is
Yeah,
Stubbs
him
still
said his
here?
fingers
Stubbs,
are
you still
healthy.
here, brother?
I'm still there.
Okay. Want to make sure. You gotta talk up, because
Uh-huh.
we'll just get on a rant, and we'll just talk and talk and talk. And I don't mean to forget you because you're our guest, and so is
you
Wilmy.
gotta learn how to cut.
But you gotta cut us in, cut in, and join the conversation.
Oh, he's
That-
going to learn tomorrow night. Watch.
Yeah.
That was my biggest problem when I started podcasting, that I realized that I'm supposed to participate because I was so used to listening to shows and not being like not being a participant, that it was hard for me to get that until I started my own show, which was this one. Even when I was on MNC, you barely heard me talk. I was
Only when you were like bringing up voicemails.
well, I mean that's
It's
the
not
thing.
the
'Cause
same without you. Oh wait, it's not even there anymore. That's what I thought.
I don't even.
is that
See, I
even a
didn't-
show anymore? Like, do they still do it?
No, they haven't done it in a long time.
Really?
Couldn't tell you
I do
when.
the same thing, though, too, Stubbs, because there's times, man, I've been on podcasts, and I guess it's just because, you know, they say that Southern hospitality thing.
Yeah.
I was taught as a kid, you don't speak, you know, you don't interrupt people. You learn real quick.
I was taught that too.
That was my problem because I'm Canadian, right?
I was taught that shit too.
We're
But
supposed to
you
be
gotta,
very polite.
you got to get that shit out of your head if you want to
Right.
be heard on a podcast.
Yeah.
It's like,
And if
like,
you-
like if it just says yes, Stubbs, these guys don't shut up.
Yeah, and if you've ever listened to
I'm good.
us, you know you got to say something, or people just want to shut the hell up.
That's true.
You try to look. You try to let people, speak, but then sometimes and you try to be respectful, but sometimes you just got to get in there because some people will go on and go on and go on and go on for our fucking on other shows I've heard for like 20 fucking minutes. Holy shit! You're like, can you shut the fuck up a minute?
There
Let
is
somebody else talk.
There is some people that don't shut up for about half an hour. you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and see that's
I
the
keep
beauty
it
of
at 10
hosting your own show. You mute them.
I give it, but you know what? It's if you come off if people are sitting behind their mic and going like shaking their head yes, like oh shit, like that's when people are like just shut up, and I don't even have anybody being like disagreeing with me because half the time it's like it's my damn opinion and this is what I'm telling you, and that means something. Like if it's your damn opinion, people will shut the fuck up.
Oh, I've heard people on other people's opinions go, well, you're wrong. I'm like, oh my god, it's a fucking opinion, asshole. He's entitled to it. Just because he thinks it don't mean he's wrong.
Or they might say, I agree with you, but this is why you're wrong.
Yeah. I'm like,
Oh,
God,
I hate that.
God, man, it hurt-
Well,
hurts.
I try to bring it to a point where it's like, okay, half the time it's like, why don't you have a PlayStation? Because they have no multiplayer games. End of story. That's it. That is the fact. Tell me in a multiplayer exclusive AAA quality that's on PlayStation. Not a fucking
The new
one.
Predator game, Predator hunting.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cheers to that, bro.
That is the most amazing game ever, Crispy. And do not sit here on this podcast and act like it's not, because it will just bury Gears of War, and you know that, biatch.
Yeah, wait. I thought I was playing Friday
98
the
Mexico.
13th. I thought I was playing Friday the 13th. I'm sorry. Dude, I have too many comebacks. That's my problem. Like I just need to just sit there and just be like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever you say. Like, dude, if you said that Xbox exclusives had no single player, well, guess what? Go play Gears 5 campaign. Actually, fucking play it.
It's got
Go
a fire
fucking
single player.
Try it. Go play it. And then you have the multiplayer, which I'm telling you, I went back and played 4, and I was like, man, this is horrible. You know what I mean? So this is a Gears player who critiques it. I said, microtransactions up the ass. And all of a sudden, I'm starting to earn shit now because I wouldn't shut up about it. I was like, yo, what are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Like, is that so hard to say the game that you love is not doing the right things? Because they're not going to change it if you agree with them. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gears are massive problems, you know, because you need a reason to keep playing, don't you? Like Gears 3, you should just play, and you unlock stuff. You didn't have to think about it. Well, now with Operation 3, you don't really have to think about it as much, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to think about it, you know.
Yeah. I prefer
You shouldn't have to be like you're playing Division. Like, dude, I know the mentality that I'm going into playing Division. Like, I have to go and do this raid or take over this thing or play this mission. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll earn content. But I already understood that when I got into it. But Gears is not supposed to be that. Gears is you have to be able to earn what you want when you want. Because that's the way it's always been, and you're going to change that, which they finally have sort of fixed. They didn't fix it completely, but they're at least in the right direction, which I'll give them credit. You know what I'm saying? And if you're in the right direction, I'm not going to sit there and shit on you, and I'm not going to act like I played the
I'm going to sit there and shit all over you, baby. I'm going to shit all over
Guys,
you.
you know what we haven't heard from? We haven't heard from Super lately. I wanted his opinion here.
Uh-oh. It's a laundry truck that carries Phil Spencer's underwear to the cleaners just so I can't sniff them.
You only recorded part of that, Jay.
Hey, guys, I'll suck knob for a year of Game Pass.
Oh, I love that K Mega in the background. Oh, what the fuck?
That's why K-Mega's not here right now, because he's like, I'm done. I ain't doing this shit.
I ain't doing Retro Renegades again for those motherfuckers. Ever again. Them white motherfuckers are crazy.
Yo, we are crazy. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, we are. We got problems.
Hey man, we got 15 people watching. Actually, we have 18 people watching. 16 on YouTube, 1 on Mixer, and 1 on Twitch.
People still use Mixer?
Shout out to the person watching on Twitch.
Shout out to the person on Mixer. Holy shit, dude. Way to hang in there, buddy. Go ahead. We got faith in you, man. You can do it.
Oh, wow.
Don't give up on your dreams, brother. Stick on Mixer, man. Someday they'll get it to work properly.
Someday.
They just go backwards.
You know what?
You're damn right about that, dude. I fucking stream all the time some good shit and nobody watches. And I'm just like, why am I?
It's a shame. It's a shame. Like, it's like they don't know. Like, they're one of the biggest companies in the world and they don't know how to fucking do this right.
Yeah, well, I think Facebook gaming will totally annihilate Mixer.
Facebook gaming is already just wiping their face in Mixer.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, they already have an audience. That's why.
Oh, soon, all they need to do is try and get the Facebook gaming app on the fucking consoles, and I reckon they might be onto a winner. You know, I don't know if they will, but we have to see.
That's one thing that PlayStation did right, is that you could stream straight to YouTube.
See, I think what your problem is there is, I think Microsoft's biggest enemy is Google. I don't think Google will allow streaming anyway, and Microsoft won't.
One of the biggest
business.
advantages that PlayStation had over Xbox this gen was being able to stream directly to YouTube. And
I agree. I just don't think. I think it's a corporation business thing. They don't get on with each other, and that's why it's not allowed. It's done on purpose.
And I got the feeling when Stadia, when we know Stadia is going to grow eventually, But by the time they get a little bit bigger and get their shit in line a little bit more, I think YouTube will be taken away from every gaming console.
Yeah.
It'll be exclusive to Stadia.
I saw that coming when they announced Stadia.
Yep.
I'll be surprised if PlayStation 5 has the ability to stream to YouTube. It will shock the shit out of me.
Because they'll want that exclusively for Stadia. That'll be one of their selling points.
Yep.
And I'm not sure why anybody gives a rat's ass, because if you play a game that's got any type of music in it, they'll copy strike it. So what the fuck's the matter, you know?
Yep.
You know.
That's why I said
It's a pain in the ass because I will often do this thing called hanging and banging with Graphic God, where I'm just playing music in the background, and I have to use Mixer only because Mixer is the only place that won't give you a copyright strike right now.
Twitch won't either, I don't believe.
Oh, Twitch won't? Okay, I haven't done Twitch.
Twitch hasn't ever done it to me.
No.
I think they've got a special license though, so you can play music.
Gotcha.
But I think if you would take that recording and put it on YouTube, it's instantly, content ID'd.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm taking it that Infinite is actually the poor person watching this on Mixer.
No,
Yeah, Infinite is on Mixer.
Oh, is that Infinite? Well, we got Back from the Dead too. Is on Mixer.
We're so sorry, Infinite.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Twitch works, brother. So's YouTube.
That's new. Still, what game is this? This Alien versus Predator.
This is Alien versus Predator. Yeah.
What is this on? What is this?
This is on PC.
Is this a PC?
Yeah.
version?
So I bought this on Steam. It was on for like $5. I figured I got tired of playing Blood. I got lost actually. I couldn't figure out my way out.
The game kind of reminded me of Marathon Dial. The setup on it.
Right.
This game.
It's very much Duke Nukem. With
He's playing. He's speaking Chinese right now. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Who?
You, Wilmy.
You've never heard of Marathon?
No.
It was one of the
Jay.
first Microsoft games.
Well,
Marathon
I was on Apple for a while.
Yeah, it was basically on. It was like Microsoft. It was like the predecessor to Halo.
Yeah.
What's up, Goat Force Gaming? He said, "Oh wow, I was wondering what."
And people don't think I know how to game, Willie. They don't think I'm a gamer.
Yes, if this is worth
That's terrible.
$5. Worth $5.
I can't believe I just mentioned that name and Crispy was like, "Huh? What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, well, I was doing Oregon Trail and all that shit, so
And you died of dysentery. We know how that works. But yeah, Marathon, dude, was it was. I mean, it's kind of a knockoff on Doom.
Yeah.
I was a gen behind. You have to realize, for the most part, for my entire life.
We're basically the same age, Willie. I'm turning 47. Or am I turning 48? No, I'm turning 48 in November.
I thought you were 47,
Am I 40?
Jay.
Well, you're a little bit older than me then.
Yeah, a little.
Aha!
I must be the youngest then.
You're the baby. Stubbs is the baby.
How old are you, Stubbs? 30.
35.
Okay, I'm.
No, I'm the youngest.
Oh, how old are you then?
33.
Oh.
Now, see, Crispy is really only 19, but with the drinking and the smoking, he just looks, a little rougher than his age.
Wow. Don't sit on my mic like that, or my camera like that, bro.
I'll be turning 43 this year in August.
43?
Yeah.
Good for you, brother.
I work in retail, Wilmy. Come on now. You gotta agree with me. The drinking is needed.
Probably.
You do with what I do, drinking needed too, and my knees about to fall off the year after fucking 20 plus years of doing this shit. I have to come home and numb myself. I ain't even gonna lie. Fuck.
Oh man,
It's better than painkillers, Jago.
I'm telling you, man. Since this isolation, I do not make excuses for drinking. It's like when I say to people, I'm gonna have a few beers tonight, they're like, yeah, okay, I understand. Because of this isolation shit, I need to have a drink once in a while. It's gonna keep me sane.
I gotta have a couple beer every day. If I don't, my fucking joints
right.
and shit will kill me. But I don't go to the doctor because I don't want to fucking. I've always not liked the doctor, so
I don't have to actually go to the doctor. I won't. If I got to drink a couple of beers, say 5, 6 beers a night to fucking make my joints not fucking hurt, you goddamn right I'm gonna do it. Fuck.
Damn right. I just drink because I'm Canadian.
Oh shit.
It's part of our daily lifestyle.
Mike said
Well, it's
his,
supposed to be if you're Southern too, but I don't
No.
drink, so.
No.
Mike said his son beat Oregon Trail. Holy shit. Wow.
He
said
beat his
earlier.
organ. That's rude.
And he also said, Jago told me to check out your show with me, so I'm going to try to pop in tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of tomorrow, I'm going to be on Husk's show. And I guess I can thank you, Wilmy, for putting him in touch with me. I'm going to be in the Creator Spotlight with Husk tomorrow.
Nice.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's a good show, that.
That's right. So, and I think this is basically probably thanks to you, Stubbs, because you did it first. And
Yeah.
Good show,
Yeah.
by the way.
it was a great show. I really appreciated you even like thinking about me as a creator, because I don't think of myself as a creator as much as I do. I'm
definitely
a
are.
creative person. So,
You're a very creative person, Jay.
Definitely.
but I don't like as a creator. I mean, I'm not a guy that puts out videos every week. So I'm not on that level.
You ain't got time for that
Right.
shit. Tell him.
I don't.
You don't have
I don't
It's
have
like I
time for
don't.
that shit. Like I'm lucky I got time to do Tuesday nights, but you know what? I make time for Tuesday nights
Make
because
time, yeah.
this is my favorite day of the week.
Mine too.
100%.
I will say this, like the amount of stuff on your shop page, dude. I was just sitting there like, oh, I could just spend like $1,000.
Oh,
Like,
I'm
easily.
at Redbubble.
Yeah, dude.
You got so much stuff up there, dude. Holy crap.
Well, I mean,
Dude,
anytime I did a gamer pick for somebody, I usually just threw it up there, so they could buy it, not for anyone else. It's for
I
them.
couldn't find mine.
Yours is not there, really?
I didn't see it. I couldn't find it.
Did you search Crispy Bomb?
Because he typed in crispy backwards.
your logo would look good in a cap. Baseball
Well,
cap.
you might have another purchase then. I'll have to redo it. And,
But
and
you,
hopefully
yeah,
that-
I mean, I threw out a coupon last week where you could save $20.
Oh, yeah, I got that, Jay.
But the problem was I didn't realize it was a minimum payment. You had to spend at least 60 to save 20, which
Jay's
is
like, what the hell are you doing?
I
was
felt
like,
terrible
dude,
about that. I
I
didn't
wanted
admit
to buy
that.
masks for my whole team. That's like, you know, my whole team at work has been with me through this whole shit, and you know, nobody's called out, and I was like, you know, let me get some cool masks for people, because they're not really providing us with anything. Like, we got to do it ourselves, basically. Like, I'm wearing a makeshift bandana at this point just because they're required. Like, dude, I already know I had it. I know I would have gotten it. You know, I would have gotten the actual thing with the amount of people that are coming in my store lately. So at this point, I know I had it, and it's like, I don't even want to wear it, but I was like, man, Jay, you got masked up in here? I was like, yes.
I got to shout out Mike too. Mike said, Jay, you are a creator. Look at the screen. This is amazing stuff you do.
Definitely is.
Dude, you are absolutely a creator. You set trends, Jay. You should know this. You set trends, dude.
Actually, if he tunes into our podcast tomorrow night, wait till he sees our intro.
Okay, setting trends is something, I guess, but I honestly love doing this kind of stuff for people. I love people appreciating the creativity that I take the time to put into things. There are people out there, believe it or not, there are people out there that don't give a shit and don't appreciate how long it takes to create stuff. They think, you know,
Really?
this kind of stuff it takes minutes and blah blah blah. No, stuff takes fucking hours, hours and hours.
Shout out to Mike too. Said Thursdays are pretty decent too. If you guys haven't watched the OG NLG show,
Oh
it's
my
one of the
god,
best.
NLG.
Yeah, it's so good, dude.
Like
great.
that
NLG
show. If you, and I'm not putting down any other show by saying this.
No.
But that show has real, like, Mike is a media man. He's a media journalist.
Oh yeah, he is.
He is actual media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned that during
You
the
know,
podcast.
and
I did.
that's the why I love. Like, he was one of the first people to actually help me out when I wanted to get into this stuff. I reached out to him and a couple other people, but he was one of the first people that helped me get the whole live streaming happening and learning what I had to do. And as soon as he opened up my mind on what I could do, I went crazy with it.
Mike is legit. He worked in the business for
He's
what, 10
legit.
years or something? Yeah, man.
Fucking right he is. And why he doesn't get the views he does, he should be getting those views.
Well, I can tell you it's because it's on later, and by that time I try to go to bed or I'm close to going to bed, so I'm in there for a little while, and then I catch the rest the next day.
No, and I totally understand, and that's the reason why I'm usually in bed watching his show too. And I can never stay up to the end because, I mean, he starts at 11:30 my time, I think, and I'm out in bed.
Yeah, it starts it starts 9:30 my time, so it'd be 10:30 your time.
No, it's 11:30 my time.
Is it for you?
Yeah,
That's 9:30?
I'm not
Okay.
Eastern. I'm an hour after Eastern.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, like I tuned in. I worked my ass off. Worked really long. Like last Thursday, I didn't get home until 10. And I jumped in there with live, and there's such great dudes. They were giving away gift cards, and I actually won one from Mike Place. He's the one who was made that possible, and I won one, and because I set up to like 2 in the morning because I had such a long day. I was up and needed to unwind. I mean, and I wasn't there for that at all. Did have no clue. Had no fucking clue.
I will
It's
say
not 10:30
this.
my time, Mike. It's 11:30 my time because I'm not Eastern. I'm Atlantic. So
I will say this, like I'm like you guys. I have to go to bed at some point, but in the end, I mean, if you want to see a collection of actual gamers, people that just love games, that don't care what it's about, what console you're playing on, whatever, you could just talk games all day, and that's kind of what we do here.
Yeah.
Just Mike's a little more, structured in some way, but
when you say the word structured, you mean professional.
Whatever, I'm trying to be nice here, for the love of God. But he's a little bit more, let's do this, let's do that, and he pushes those elements, which none of us want on this channel, just to let you know. Because I don't want that. I would rather.
I refuse.
I would rather just talk.
I refuse to do that. I've done that.
I've done it too.
And I'm not doing it again.
That's why I told Glitcher it was only going to be for an hour because I can't do that. I did it now. I don't want to do that no more. That's why.
But me personally, I like some of that, but I can't do it all. Like, I can't be on a weekly show and have it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would rather it be this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're organic. We just are talking. Like, we literally are just talking. Like, there's nothing said behind the scenes, people, that we're like, oh, we're going to do this and that. Actually, me and Jay, before everybody got in, was just talking about stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just life in general. So we're not thinking about that. And what I'm saying is, if you want to hear a bunch of gamers that don't care about the fucking box they're playing on, you gotta listen to NLG. I'm just saying, like it's next level gaming. All them guys are just class acts. Great people.
They are.
100%. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I love Mike. I love Fastback. I love.
HTK, Mike Place, and Frankie.
HTK.
Yep.
And John.
Yep.
What's
John.
John?
I said Mike. I said John Place and Frankie.
Frankie. Okay.
Yeah.
Frankie's not on all the time, but yes.
No. All great guys.
I love them all.
I think honestly because when they come on, maybe that hurts them too. But it's just that's the time they all get together to do it. That's why I try to support them.
Yeah, we definitely all try. I'm sure everybody here, at least, it's late for me. Like, sometimes I've sat there. I sat there for like into like the I think Telerico was on, and I must have sat there until fucking 12, 1 o'clock in the morning.
I was there because
like-
Tommy was on there, and Tommy convinced me to pre-order a fucking the Amico.
Yeah, but if you would have saw him the last time, he was going all in on it, and I was like, man, if I had the money, and now I'm like, I would buy that before a PlayStation 5. Just saying. Oh, people are gonna hate that one.
Well, gentlemen, it's that time.
Yeah. Mike said, let me say this. They went up in the chat. I can't see it right now. Let me read it. Hold on. Let me read it. Where's it at? Come on. Can't scroll. Hold on. Okay, it was scrolled all the way up. He said,
I'm looking for him on Twitter, but which Next Level Gaming is he on Twitter? There's like 50 of them.
Retro Renegades is no, that's
He's the original. The original Next Level.
The original. Yeah.
It doesn't tell you which one's the original, dude. There's like 50 names pop up with the same tag.
Thinking out an OG is his Twitter tag.
He said, Mike said, "Oh my God, you guys are seriously trying to make a grown man cry. I love you guys." Go Force Gamer says, "There's a lot."
Mike, you deserve to cry because you made me cry last week too when you were on Stubbs.
Week before.
You made me cry, going on about me. Like, seriously, a grown man shouldn't have to cry when you listen to a podcast.
Did I go on the wrong podcast?
Go for it says there's a lot of that needed right now on Twitter and every other platform regarding frames per second.
Woman's like, there's too much love.
Yeah, this
what's this love shit?
He says,
if any of y'all start, messaging me for my address, this has been the last time you hear me on the
Mike says, and Retro Renegades is perfect the way it is. I truly enjoy Retro Renegades. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, we ain't. I won't be a part of it if we change. There's no reason to change. We are who we are, and we do our thing.
Like I told you guys this before. I said I was told by a guy that if my product was quality, people would show up. Well, guess what?
I know who that guy is.
I don't give a shit anymore. If what I'm providing to people and people don't think it's quality, then don't watch.
I think I say that every week, don't I?
Yeah.
Don't like it? Hey, there's other YouTube channels.
That's right.
That's what I said.
We're not here to suck your dick.
No.
Well, Super would be.
Q.
Only if it was for game.
Well, polished Phil Spencer's.
I gotta shout out Willie too because you motherfuckers are crazy too, man.
Oh, dude, I passed crazy like 35 fucking years ago.
Yeah, I know. That's
See, the bad part, nobody believes it. I'm the same way online that I am in the real world. Everybody else will tell you that.
Oh, I believe you, brother.
Actually, I'm probably worse in the real world.
I'll admit something to you guys because you're my brothers. There was a time when I was actually thinking, why is it that people don't want to come and see our content? Why do people don't want to show up and watch what we do? And I've come to the realization that because we don't provide the typical content that others do, and because we kind of cater to an older audience, that's probably why.
Oh, it's exactly why.
Old, you fucking asshole.
But I wouldn't have it any other way. This is the reason why I'm doing this. You know, there has to be an audience for what we want to do and what we enjoy. If next week Retro Renegades became the news channel and we talked about the same fucking news that every other show watched, then we get 100,000 people listening.
And I'd be out.
But I wouldn't want to do it.
Yeah, that's why we don't do it either. Like I say, man, anybody can spout out news headlines.
Of course.
Exactly. You know, it just gets boring listening to the same.
You can't hear about the same shit over and over and over again, 5 days a week. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't get bored, but I personally do. I only need to hear shit one time and I'm out. I don't need to hear it no more.
Yeah, I'm good, and I can read.
Yeah,
I know how to read. It's amazing, man. I was taught that shit in school. It's so fucking awesome.
No.
I can put letters into words.
Put letters together and form words.
And the best part is when you get older, you get better at it because you've had a lot of practice. I could read the same shit from Digital Foundry and all these other fucking places. I am golden. But thank you, Billy.
Oh, but
then-
God
but then
forbid,
Wilmy-
Wilmy, you interpret it the way you want to.
Okay, but Wilmy, answer me this then. Say it out loud. Why is it so many people need to see
hear?
that stuff 7 days a week?
I don't know. Over and over again.
I don't know.
I
wish I
don't
knew
get
the
it.
answer.
Yeah.
I wish I knew the answer, dude, because, you know, and it's just like, it is, I mean, it's exactly the same. And you're talking to somebody that's done, I think 1 week I did 9 separate podcasts in 7 days.
Yeah, I saw
You
one
know,
of those
and I'm
numbers.
sitting back, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, dude, I'm sitting back, you know, taking my headset off going, what the fuck am I doing? This is just the same shit over and over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it makes no sense. I mean, if you've got Bill over here doing the podcast at 3, and then, you know, Jimmy's doing one at 5, and he's doing the same thing he did, and I mean, it's the same shit.
And they're all talking about the same fucking news.
And you know how they, you know that?
What did I say to you, Jay? What did I say to you in our private conversation? What did I say to you? I can't stand that shit.
No.
I cannot stand that shit. Dude, like, that's why I do totally different things,
I
because
think what it is,
I don't care what people think.
Someone told me that the reason why they like those shows is because if you look in the chat is toxic.
Yes.
Well, and there's a lot of YouTubers that are too, by the way. I think we realized that this week.
They love that. They love the toxic. They love the interaction in the chat, especially when it's toxic.
And no, Jago, I'm debating on going where you think I'm about to go.
Oh, I want you to go.
Oh, oh no.
Do it.
Always be careful of a YouTuber whose name describes the taste of semen. That's all I will say.
But you know what? But he's just a follower. That's the thing about him. He's just a follower. He goes where the trends are, but he's not the only one guilty of it. That's the thing.
Oh no, not even
There
close.
are so many people that are guilty of that, and put it this way: I, Jay, dodged a fucking bullet. If you think about it, when it came to all that MNC shit, I fucking dodged a bullet. Because if that's the way that things were going to go down, I'm glad I was out of there before it happened.
And see, you know, my issue with this person doesn't even have an ounce to do with his opinions. It's personal. So, yeah, that's why I say I don't give a fuck.
Fact. He tries to make it fact, even though you can destroy him with words, which is hilarious, which
Well,
I
you
have
can't
done
because he'll block
multiple
you.
times.
Always the Xbox guys, isn't it? Always Xbox guys.
Oh, always.
I know.
But it blows my mind, man, that some of these people just, I don't know. I don't get it. And I hear that whole cliche. It's a persona, dude. It's like wrestling, man. I take on like this whole persona and I'm like totally fake and I become a whole other person when I'm on the microphone. Fuck, dude. You're bipolar, okay? You have multiple personalities. Just admit it. You know, why do you need to be somebody else when you're on a podcast? Does nobody like the real you? What's wrong?
This is me.
Hulu is more important.
I'm more of an asshole in real life than I am laughing, but this is me. This is what you get. Yeah.
And
remember, if you're gonna talk to somebody like me and you haven't played the fucking game, you better recognize that I played the fucking game. You need to shut the fuck up. That's what I gotta say about that.
Yeah, or he'll come and he'll stuff French fried taters down your face, boy.
French, oh no, not just French fried taters, all the French fried taters, motherfucker.
He gonna stuck them all in your face. He gonna while them around. He gonna squish them, and he gonna get them all buttery and all up your nose. Ooh, yeah.
Oh my god,
I love it. Oh,
is the coffee working, folks?
Well, thank you for joining, dude. You made my night with that shit.
Wait until tomorrow night.
This shit about to get real, bro, huh?
Okay, I just took a piss and nobody even noticed.
Yeah, we did. Because Super told us he was holding it for you.
A little polished Phil Spencer's not.
You know what's funny, Jago? The laughter in that laugh track, I don't know if it's real or it's from you coming live, or you doing it live.
That's on the laugh track, but that was me
I
laughing
chase a
out my
laundry
ass
truck
off.
that carries Phil Spencer's underwear to the cleaners just so I can't sniff them.
No.
Anyway, I want to thank everyone for coming by. I want to also let you guys know that the money you donated last week, which I believe was Infinite, donated $10 last week. That's what I paid to buy that game Blood, so I could play this week. So that's where the money goes. The money all goes back into the show. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate Wilmy for showing up.
Hookers.
That's right, hooker. Well, it wouldn't get me very far with a hooker. She might rub my toe or
I don't know
something.
what the price is in Canada. News says they're really cheap in
I mean,
Canada.
no, not in Canada. I mean, if you think about it, in the United States, $75 is $100 in Canada.
Oh, that's true.
So what can you get for $75 in the States?
Fuck if I know, dude.
Xbox controller.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about hooker wise, I have no clue. I've been having those for 20 years. So I have no idea. I got a brother in Ohio, though. I'll text him.
Yeah, you let him know. Ask him. Appreciate you guys all coming by.
Yes, much appreciated.
Spending the
guys.
evening with us, crazy nuts. Thanks, Wilmy, for showing up. Thank you, Stubbs, very, very much for taking the chance with us for the second time.
Yes,
Stubbs, can you do one thing for me, dude?
Oh,
Can you say this is an ex-parrot?
Say what?
This is an ex-parrot.
This is an ex-parrot.
Yes. I feel like I was just listening to
You
my
say parrot?
Yes, parrot.
Parrot, like the bird.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry, right. This is
Okay, I know you've watched Monty Python, dude. Come on.
Okay, Noof is telling me that an average hooker in Canada is $250 or $300 in Canada.
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
I'll tell you right now. The last time I remember anyone soliciting, and we didn't even think it was a hooker. We thought it was a private dancer. So I was in college, and it was my friend's birthday, and we all chipped in to get this woman to come in to dance for him. And she had her own pimp and everything. We didn't know what that was all about. We were all freaked out, but it cost us $100, and that was 25 years ago. So it's pretty scary to know inflation and prostitutes.
Well, I mean, prices have to go up.
$100 now is like, yeah, you're gonna get something.
I mean, STDs get more expensive to treat. I guess. I have no idea.
I suppose so.
Yeah,
Anyway, guys,
Mask actually got it in the chat. It's Kick the Bucket is deceased's condominium maker. He got it. I am one of the biggest Monty Python fans on this fucking planet, dude. I can quote most of the shows. Trust me.
Oh, I'm a huge Monty Python fan as well.
Oh yeah.
No.
I cannot eat another bite. It is without thin, monsieur. I cannot eat another bite. Anyway, guys, thanks for showing up. See you guys next week on Retro Renegades. Later.
Later, guys.
Yeah, you can press tater sauce. Yeah, go crazy.